taxi service to another city.
The driverless taxis will start offering rides in Washington, D.C. next year.
A fully self-driving car, ready to take you where you need to go.
Until then, Waymo will have human employees driving around to map out the city's streets.
For any questions, press the call support button to speak with a rider support agent.
Waymo's robo-taxis are already accepting fares in Los Angeles, San Francisco, Phoenix, and Austin, Texas, with rides starting soon in Atlanta and Miami. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
The Dow from Stifel down 70 points to 42,513. Road work on 170 going south at St. Charles Rock Road. Also some road work that's just cleared out 70 going west at Cary.
It's a pretty Tuesday afternoon with sunshine in control. A little warmer than yesterday. We should top out close to 69. Tonight, partly cloudy, falling through the 60s for evening plans. Delightful evening, 44 for the low. Wednesday, sunny and 64 degrees. Thursday, opening day. Not a lot of change here. Partly to mostly sunny skies, 70. However, some showers, maybe a thunder shower developing late in the afternoon. Because it's a late game, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. It will be wet on Thursday night. So, as I've been saying, let's play that fast and get a win. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
The easiest way to park on game day is to park with iParkit, sponsored by Interpark Holdings. iParkit has the best game day parking garages in St. Louis. 2 iParkit garages are on Clark Avenue, right next door to the ballpark. Download the iParkit app and drive in and out using only your license plate. Use iParkit for convenience and peace of mind. 58 in St. Peters and Florissant, 59 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS on 104.1 FM KMOX. You have to get used to that.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear.
It is nice to hear.
It does roll off the tongue pretty well.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's all I had for the show.
All right. Good job.
And we're on FM now. Have a great day, folks.
Me.
Good job, guys.
Show the camera my show prep here.
Look at that. Oh, look at that. Wow. That's like what's inside my head.
It's right there.
Oh, there you go.
It is what's inside your head.
Nothing.
You friggin' perfect dumb butt.
It's just like a pleasant, like, birds chirping.
Yes. It's like my calm app.
There are no birds.
Yeah.
Where it's like, just do nothing for 30 seconds. That's what it's like for him all the time.
Gentle rain sounds.
There's no
and
rain
then,
or
like,
birds.
every now and then he goes, baseball,
boom,
muffin, car too close, me mad. And
Yeah.
it's like,
His brain goes, leftovers, and then he gets up and he has lunch.
Yeah, that was good too. Nothing like leftovers.
should I call him out on his name?
I feel like it's too late to go back now.
Yeah.
On me or him?
Oh, him.
Oh, okay.
The sandwich
Wheels
thing.
was like, I'll go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah, either way, go on.
Look, I'm a brave soul when it comes to Italian sandwiches. You notice how fast I moved, too. You guys were still there setting up your lunch. I was like, I'm getting out of here so I can heat this
He's
up
like-
before anyone sees me.
He's like, I'm boogieing.
I know there's every chance that these sandwiches are not for me.
Yesterday, they ordered some food for a KMOX celebration, and it was Mexican, and you guys know how I feel about leftovers. I'd rather take a punch in the nose and eat leftovers, but I just like exhausted all of my other, options for lunch, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go. So I'm walking back to the kitchen fridge with I'll get into the plate in a minute, and a fork. And here comes Wheeler right behind me, the same. Here comes Andrew, the same.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So Wheeler and I pull out all the old, crusty Mexican and heat those up. And meanwhile, there's a fresh thing of beautiful Italian sandwiches.
Yeah.
Still in the bag.
Yeah.
Clearly, they're meant.
But on the counter and open.
Still in the bag, on the counter, open.
But meant for someone else.
Turns out, no.
Which counter are we talking about?
The back by Tina.
in the lobby fridge counter.
So that's not the typical come and get it food.
It's
counter.
not.
Typically, no,
It's
but
not.
it's also usually nothing ever out back there.
It's not,
True.
but today it was the come and get it food area
But you
because
just
that's
lucked out.
where
You just lucked out.
it was
That's
the
it.
come
You
and
ate it before you knew it was
it
yours.
was an educated guess because it was back in the come and get it food area. It was an educated guess. I was like, you know what? This is a calculated risk.
Okay. Compared to his misdeed of just getting lucky when he stole someone else's food,
Not a misdeed.
I think mine's worse.
Oh,
And I think you're going to think mine is worse.
Okay.
So I love paper plates, but I have this thing where I don't want to use just one paper plate. So I usually grab 5 or 6.
I've noticed this.
Okay. So today I grabbed my typical 5 or 6 plates.
5 or 6.
these are thick ones.
Thick. Yep, they are.
These aren't the little paper ones.
I put my food on the top one. Duh.
yeah.
And then when I was done, I threw the top one away and put the rest of the plates back on the stack.
I actually think that's better than just wasting
Yeah,
all the
yeah, I would agree.
plates.
Okay.
I don't agree, but I also look, you shouldn't use 5 paper plates, but that is a joy. It is a joy to use 5 paper
What?
Well,
plates.
I didn't because
It
I put
feels so
them
good.
back.
Why
I
is
just
that a
thought
joy?
I thought
It
you
feels
guys would
good.
think it was gross.
No, I mean, are there any like
Remnants?
markings or
No.
drippings or anything? Then no, it's fine.
I have a little bit of a nuanced take. I do find it disgusting that you did that.
Thank you.
I would be upset if I got one of those plates.
Oh,
But
yeah.
ultimately, I am glad that you put the plates back because 5 or 6 thick paper plates is just kind of egregious.
Those things are like
that's too
cardboard
much.
boxes.
It's too much, man.
Why
It
was it
feels-
5 or 6? Was 2? I mean, like I get 2.
I didn't go for 5 or 6.
Oh, I
just-
see. You just
You
grabbed.
just
I
happened
got you. I
to-
got you.
okay.
Yeah, you just
I
grabbed.
got you. That wasn't a plan.
Yeah, 2 would have been fine.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like sometimes they do get a little wobbly after
Yes.
they've been microwaved, which would
Yes.
mean the second one can stabilize.
Yes.
Totally get that.
These are high quality plates. though.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah, but they still got a little wobbly after the microwave. A little bit. No, I get it.
Not with 2 puny sandwiches on them. They didn't. Might help.
No.
Yeah,
Great.
and then you said you took more, but you put them back.
I took 4 and I put 2 of them
Why
back.
do you need 4 sandwiches?
They were small and I'm hungry. I'm a growing boy.
Mm.
So I growing out. And so I was like, you know what? In case these sandwiches, it was a bit of a hedging because I'm like, all right, in case these sandwiches are specifically for something else, not me, I shouldn't take like half the sandwiches that are in there and eat them for lunch. So I put
Boy,
a couple of them back.
You could
'cause
have
I
been
was
one of the
like-
writers of the Bible the way you spin a parable there.
Yeah, it was. I was moralizing a bit on that one. I
Thou
was like,
shalt
all right,
not
Very-
steal
yeah.
unless it's
All
only a
of-
little
yeah.
bit.
Thou shalt not
And
steal
if it's
all
only,
of it.
yeah, if it's a
Yeah,
little
thank
bit,
you.
then it's okay. So
thou shalt
saith-
not steal more than 2 of the 10.
Interesting logic we're dealing with here, folks.
Thou shalt preserve at least 80% of the sandwiches when
Now, shall
thou
not
hast
take
thine
5 or
lunch.
6 plates because you discussed the pretty girl.
Thine,
No, it's not because it was you. It's just I just think it's gross to like put it all back. But ultimately, as long as I don't know it happened, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember when I was a kid and my dad would take us to Taco Bell and we would get all the packets. If we didn't use all the hot sauce or mild sauce packets, he would go and put them back from the little dispenser you got them from. And I was always like, ugh. But I mean, it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, better than throwing them away.
As long as I don't see it happening, it's fine.
thou shalt
You-
be
you know
perfect
what I'm
like
saying,
Rachel.
Yeah, I'm not so worried about the whole scene. It's fine. If I look at the plate and there's nothing on it, it's clean.
Thou shalt be perfect like Rachel, not taking lots of plates and hot sauces and eating people's sandwiches.
Never claimed to be perfect.
Oh,
I
about
just y'all
that?
asked what I
His
thought.
claim-
His claim to not be a
I like
thief.
how Andrew's
Yeah.
positioning it. Like if you do the common sense thing, oh, you're perfect.
I would like to remind those listening, I am not a thief. The sandwiches were for everybody.
But you didn't know that.
I was right.
You were gambling.
There's no misdeed happening here.
You need to call 1-800
But you
gambler.
were
Guess what?
concerned enough to put 2 of the sandwiches back.
Guess what? If you gamble and you win the money, you don't have to give the money back because it was gambling.
But it was still
you
gambling.
just won the gamble.
So you go to a bank and the teller's not looking and her drawer's open and you take a $100 bill. And as you're walking out there, you're like, I hope you enjoyed $100 bill day. You're not a thief.
No, because it was $100 bill day. It wasn't stealing. That was my $100 bill by rights, whether I knew it or
So
not.
there's one of the first things we learned in law school, one of the only things I retained was called mens rea, which it means basically state of mind in
Right.
criminal law.
Right.
Yeah.
So your mens rea would have been, I'm stealing these
this,
sandwiches.
yeah.
My state of mind was, I'm almost certain these sandwiches are for everyone. That was my state of mind.
Almost doing a lot of work there.
I'm almost positive those sandwiches are for everybody. And then it turned out they were.
What if there was a cake back in this same area by Tina's office where
Mhm.
we don't normally get the food?
And the cake's full.
The
Because
cake's
usually
full.
the protocol for everybody that doesn't know is that the food for everyone is out in the kitchen
Yes.
displayed on the
Yes.
counters, or it's back in the newsroom on the counter there.
Yes.
Okay, now this is where clue number 2 comes into play.
He's all Inspector
Yeah,
Clouseau on us.
exactly. This is where the second clue comes into play, which is we were not looking at a full cake. We were looking at a container of sandwiches where the bag was open, the lid was open, and some sandwiches were already gone. These were
I'm not sure
that.
that's the fact.
These were, is it not, Kevin?
No, they were open.
Clue number 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can call a witness. Who's the witness? Charles? Correct, Kevin?
Yeah, he was there.
Sales manager Charles saw that somebody else had opened and lifted and taken sandwiches
Someone named
already.
Andrew.
Even out of
Not
other
named Andrew.
even other trays that were still in the fridge had been opened with no authorization. And Charles was not happy about this though, Andrew. He wasn't like, "Oh, that's fine." He was like, "That sucks. Why would anybody do that?"
I didn't open them. I'm not the one that sucks.
I didn't open it. I just took it.
I didn't open it.
This is like looting logic.
This
like,
is-
look,
no,
I didn't break
no, I
the
didn't
window.
break
I
the
just
glass,
took the
I just
TV.
took
Listen to me. This is not, see, you guys are looking at it the wrong way to try to frame me as a criminal here. See, this is not a situation where I'm stealing $100 out of the bank. This is a situation where I find $100 on the ground and I pick it up and put it in my pocket. That's not stealing. That's finding. I found some sandwiches.
Oh.
That's not stealing. That's finding.
I found some sandwiches. I claimed some sandwiches.
Dave
and it turns
Hines-
out they were for me in the first place.
Dave Hines online says, just in case I'm possibly not supposed to eat any of these sandwiches, I'll put these 2 back and just keep 2.
Because you cannot argue that it's better to eat 4 sandwiches than 2.
But you knew
If
there was
they're
a
not-
possibility you were wrong.
If they're not, yes, I did. I told you it was a gamble. But it was a gamble. I won.
Why did you move out of there so fast?
Oh, I was running, boy.
He was
Because
booking
these two were still like cooking up their. They were plating up their leftovers, and I was like, you know what? No one's around, so I'm gonna get out of here while the getting's good
His
and go
feet
heat
made
these.
the Flintstones noise. It was like,
Go heat these.
Why would you worry?
Well, because I knew there was.
Like if Becky were standing there watching you, our big boss, why wouldn't you just enjoy the sandwiches?
Well, I in that case, if she had been like, "Well, those are your sandwiches," then I'd have been like, "Oh, whoops."
No,
Sorry.
she's not saying a word.
Oh,
She's just
whoops.
standing there watching. Do you take the sandwiches?
Well, I ask her.
okay, you
I
would
would
have
be
asked.
like, yeah,
okay.
I would be like, hey, are these sandwiches for everybody? Because I don't want to eat the day old Mexican food that sat out for 6 hours.
Oh, but it was so good.
But honestly, it would have been, hey, are these sandwiches for anybody? Because I was just about to run out of here with my ass on fire because I don't think they are.
I was just about to kick the glass door so hard it breaks in my hurry to get through and microwave these.
I think we fleshed it out.
Yeah,
I think people can make their own decisions.
And by the way, I covered for Andrew
yeah,
because there were a lot of questions being asked after he departed,
He
even
left-
after
he
you left.
you hanging.
And I was like, I didn't see anybody
Hold
taking
up,
those
hold up.
sandwiches.
Who's asking questions?
Charles?
About, no, out in the kitchen?
No, like in the back room when he was coming in to get those.
How long were you in the back room?
I was in there for a while loading up my plate with Rosalita's leftovers. I had a lot of work to do there.
So what did Charles say about the sandwiches?
Well, at first he
now
was
I'm
like,
curious.
he's like,
'Cause
wait,
that's not what in the office
Here's
you
what he
told
said.
me.
he said, wait, people open these. That's blanked up. That's messed up.
Because Charles was my star witness 5 minutes ago, but
Yeah,
now it
not
sounds
so
like
much.
now
Well,
it
no.
sounds like I didn't get all the
It
information
turned out
during
that was-
discovery.
it turned out that they were going to put them out, but they hadn't told anybody that. So anybody that had cracked into those containers did so not knowing that it was public for public consumption.
Cracked into.
You are a looter. You're
Cracked
a
into.
January 6th guy. You're just not the one that like crashed the window.
I'll remind you, they are all pardoned of all wrongdoing.
I gotta say, it does make it a little bit better that he wasn't the first one to do it.
Yeah, cracked into is a strong.
I was not aware of this. I thought Andrew was the one like opening the bag. Now
Oh,
that I
no,
know
no.
that he was just like the little old lady with the little American flag inside the Capitol.
carrying
their
Nancy
glasses.
Pelosi's
I'm
podium.
like, all right, he's not dangerous. He's just following the crowd.
I'm carrying Nancy Pelosi's desk out of her office.
Andrew is the sandwich shaman.
Got a big sandwich on my head. Body painted like a club sandwich.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place...
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business?
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
For more than 75 years, University of Maryland Global Campus has given you the opportunity to build your next success. Choose from more than 135 degree and certificate programs in career-relevant fields like business, healthcare, data analytics, cybersecurity, and more. Plus, we offer 100% online and hybrid courses, personalized advising, and lifetime career services. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Hi, Mia here at the winnings desk of the Missouri Lottery. So, I wanted to write a thank you note for every dollar Missouri Lottery players have given to Missouri and education. But that would be 8.4 billion notes. So to save a little time and a whole lot of paper, here's just one. Dear every single lottery player in Missouri, thank you for helping us give $8.4 billion to Missouri and education. Sorry, my trumpet's in the shop. The Missouri Lottery. Winners welcome and play responsibly.
So we have ambitions, we have plans, and I don't know, like me, they usually fall somewhere short. And you know, turning certain ages, Rach and Andrew in their early 30s. Now it feels old to them, and it's not, but we all want to be as healthy as we can at every age. And we've never had a better opportunity. My dad, certainly my grandpa and grandma had very little opportunity. You were going to age the way that you were going to age. Well, now we have all sorts of things that can help. Now at the 101, at the very bottom rung, and I don't mean that bottom as in quality, but just like the 101 basics is taking a multivitamin. We have Neovitin, which was created in St. Louis. Gosh, has to be 20 years now, something like that. I think it was when I met Dr. Rubicki and his very young son, Tommy, who is now running the place. It was created in St. Louis. It is manufactured in the U.S. under the most stringent guidelines. If you buy something from China, not just the crap on an entire country, but you don't know what's in it. You really don't know if the ingredients on the label are the ingredients inside the bottle. Here in the U.S., you do know that. It costs less than $1 a day. A portion of every bottle's proceeds is going to go to support cancer research in honor of Dr. Rubicki, who is my client and my friend. You can find it on the shelves at Deerberg's and at Schnucks and online at neovitin.com.
Special announcement. Together Credit Union is now accepting applications for its Together Foundation Community Scholarship Program. This year, Together Credit Union will award 5 $1,500 scholarships to eligible students who live and work in St. Louis City, St. Louis County, St. Charles County, Jefferson County, Madison County, or St. Clair County. Applications for the Together Foundation Community Scholarship are accepted until Monday, March 31st. Learn more at togethercu.org. Together Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
Need a lawyer? Onder wins. Call Onder Law at 314-9-MILLION. That's 314-9 all zeros. Or go to onderwins.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
The Dave Glover Show, weekdays at 1 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 121. People on the stream enjoying the sandwich gate. Can I depend on Andrew?
The trial.
The trial of Andrew Stoles.
I love.
We need to make this a true crime documentary. Let's go.
I loved. We all felt the momentum switch.
Yeah.
When he gained a little toehold, and then he just decided to, celebrate it and spike the ball before being found not guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the good guy here. That's what it is.
I have often wondered how I would do if I were really being like cross-examined on trial.
I think I know.
I think I do too.
I think I know.
There would be some defensive yelling.
The voice would get higher.
And
Yeah,
there would be skid marks on our backs from the bus.
There would be there would
I'm
be
glad
a lot
you
of
said from the bus.
Yes.
I also
Dave
wonder
said
where
I could
you're
have
going.
sandwiches.
I also
Dave said,
fear,
who cares what Becky thinks?
I also fear there would be admission to crimes not yet discovered.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you'd be going through a laundry list.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, I took those same sandwiches last week and no one said a word.
It'd be like on The Simpsons when they ask Homer, what's your worst trait? Well, I'm lazy. Talking to our boss, our underboss, like in the mafia, Steve. And we had a KMOX party last night to celebrate going to FM out at 360 in Westport. A lot of fun. And Steve's wife came by, Lisa, who's wonderful. And I told him so. He's like, yeah, she got me for a dinner. We went down to Bartolino's in Twin Oaks. And I was saying, I want to get your guys' read on this. While I understand that St. Louis isn't St. Louis without South County and North County and the Central West End and Chesterfield and Ladue and Clayton, I get it. And South County is the area I am least familiar with. I've never lived there. I've lived in most all those other places. But to me, if someone came in who had never been to St. Louis and said, show me St. Louis, show me the people of St. Louis, what makes a St. Louisan, I would take them to South County. I would take them to like Oakville and say, to me, these are the St. Louisans. Does that make sense to you guys? Whether you agree or not, it at least makes sense.
It does make sense because I feel like there is like a lot of pride in South County and South City.
Yeah.
Like it's just something you hear about a lot from the people that live there. So, I mean, it's not surprising to me that that's made an impression on you.
Yeah.
It's a good area.
No pushback?
I don't go to that area very much, so I don't know. I mean, I know that everybody is super into it, and it seems like a great place to live.
Lots of old man bars.
Yeah.
Lots of old man restaurants.
That's the best kind.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, no, we'll wait till 1:30 on that one. Yeah, you know it's gonna be good at 1:30. That's the Dave Glover version of a tease.
Yeah, that guy did. Dave was like, whoa. Too much for 4 minutes.
We should do what I'm about to do off the air, but we're not what you would call professional. I want to do a new segment called basically Unsung Heroes, and I am unabashedly ripping it off from NPR. But there are a lot of people out there, like with my Notice stuff, when Mike Bush featured me on the Making a Difference. I want to do that here. And what would be the best way for people to get in touch with the show?
So I would say you'd have two options. You can reach out to us on any of our social media platforms. We have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have Facebook. Just search the Dave Glover Show. You'll find us. The other way that you could do it is you could send an email directly to me, which is my first name dot last name. All of that is also available online, but first name dot last name Andrew.Stolze, Stolze. But again, you can find it online pretty easily.
Yeah.
At Odyssey, which is the name of our company, AUDACY.com. And any of those channels, we'll get your message.
Yeah. So what I'm picturing is if there's someone who has been a hero in some way, really helped people out, maybe helped you out, get in touch with Andrew, and you can tell Andrew your story, and then we'll figure out how to feature it. I like the idea of having both people come in. Come into the studio, tell your story. I think that would I think it's good radio, it's good entertainment, and we need more things like that. Just a little bit of positive
good things.
Yeah, spitballs against the destroyer of, the dystopian future.
Yeah.
But I think that would be good.
It's always fun to talk about good things. It's always fun to talk about, people who make a positive impact, even if it's a small one, even if it's just, this person cuts my grass every week because I have trouble doing it.
You with the sandwiches. You didn't eat all 4 of the ones that you took.
Hero.
You put 2 back.
I put 2 of them back.
Rage could nominate you And then you would sit here and tell us that story, and we'd cry because you could have taken 4.
It's all about sacrifice.
Yes.
I mean, look, I wasn't gonna say this during the segment, but
The Inquisition.
I could have taken 9. I could have taken all.
Could have
of them.
taken them all.
I chose to.
You have a mini fridge.
I chose to take 4 and then put half of that back. So I mean, I was crying while I was doing it because I knew what I was doing was making. I knew it was making a difference.
I understand.
He actually donated two sandwiches.
If you think about it,
possession of the 4.
when you, right.
2 people had a sandwich today because of him.
There you go.
I actually technically owned 4 of the sandwiches, and I did give 2. I donated 2 of them back because I said, you know what?
You were our first nominee.
Someone else needs the support.
Some Wall Street logic there.
When news breaks, St. Louis turns to the team that knows your community best. At KMOX, our newsroom is dedicated to delivering the stories that matter to you. KMOX News is here for St. Louis.
This is Tom Ackerman of Total Information AM.
This is Debbie Monterey.
This is Megan Lynch.
Hi, this is Michael Calhoun with KMOX News.
I'm Maria Kina.
Stuart McMillan, KMOX News.
Listen to the voice of St. Louis now at 104.1 FM.
Baseball fans, take a swing at making entries on all of your favorite players with Underdog. This is Tom Ackerman, a proud Underdog player, and baseball is officially back. You can make every game day more exciting with Underdog. Underdog, one of the leading sports apps. You can play now in the state of Missouri. You want to win with up to 1,000 times your money going into your pocket? You can with Underdog. Just download the Underdog app and play by choosing whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats. That's all you have to do. Download the Underdog app and sign up now using promo code TOM to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up with promo code TOM. Claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus credits instantly upon first deposit. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Farming's hard. To feed the world, farmers have to work the land, brave the elements, and fight the battle against weeds. Weeds reduce crop yields, so prices go up and everybody gets less to eat. But 50 years ago, farmers got a new tool to fight weeds, glyphosate. It kills weeds while protecting the harvest. Time and again, it has been approved by the EPA and by leading regulatory bodies around the world. It helps enable practices that reduce erosion and keep soil healthy, which is good for the earth. Farming's hard, but it's a little easier with glyphosate. Learn more at go.bayer.com/glyphosate, paid for by Bayer.
It's time for Dave Murray's weather, sponsored by Siding Express and sidingexpress.com.
Certainly looking and feeling like spring this afternoon. 69 for the high, all about sunshine. Tonight, partly cloudy, a drop through the 60s slowly for evening plans, 44 for the low. Wednesday, sunny and 64. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny skies, 70. However, some showers and maybe a thunder shower moving in late in the day. So it's a watcher for opening day, especially with the late afternoon start. It will be wet on Thursday night. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Transform your home with the beauty and durability of James Hardie Siding. At Siding Express, we specialize in James Hardie Siding installation. Visit sidingexpress.com today to schedule a free consultation. That's sidingexpress.com.
It's almost time for baseball's return to St. Louis. Get ready to watch your Cardinals take the field at Busch Stadium. From home runs and fireworks to historic plays and rising stars, there's no better way to catch Cardinals baseball than with thousands of friends, old and new, in the sea of red. Grab your tickets now to join the fun in Cardinals Nation. Visit Cardinals.com for tickets and info. St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
There's no better way to enjoy America's favorite pastime than cheering on the Cardinals with your family at Busch Stadium. From the thrill of watching the game to the kid-friendly activities, food, and fun, the ballpark has it all. Make magical memories as you cheer together for every home run, double play, and Cards win. Your family's summer tradition starts here at Busch Stadium. Grab your tickets today at Cardinals.com. St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Discover true luxury at Missouri's first and only standalone Genesis dealership, Genesis of St. Charles.
Thank you for making us the #1 Genesis dealer in Missouri for 2024. True luxury isn't just built, it's engineered with precision and passion. Explore amazing cutting-edge technology, redefined elegance, and exhilarating performance in the new 25 GV80. A new level of luxury awaits you at Genesis of St. Charles. Visit us in-store or shop genesisofstcharles.com. Based on GMA sales records.
The easiest way to park on game day is with iParkit. iParkit has the best game day parking lots in St. Louis. iParkit has 2 convenient garages on Clark Avenue, located right next door on either side of the ballpark. The iParkit game day garages have multiple entries and exits to accommodate all fans, no matter where you're coming from or where you're headed after the game. Download the iParkit app and drive in and out using only your license plate. For your next game day experience, use iParkit Garage for convenience and peace of mind.
Welcome back, DGS on 104.1 FM KMOX. Hopefully you guys have made the switch over to 104.1. Hopefully it sounds good. Sounds good in my car.
Yeah, it
on
does.
my drive. So
it does.
It's nice.
Flipped it on the way in yesterday, and it was Ronj and Amy talking to Dan Deerdorf.
Oh,
that's
Dan.
pretty great. That's
I
pretty
haven't
great.
Talked to Dan in so long.
Just talking about how he did his first show on KMOX.
Yeah.
Filling in.
Yeah.
with what was his name? Hart. And obviously they became a great show together and had a great steakhouse and all that. But like, it was just funny, like him talking about how before that red light goes on, man, you just don't know.
Yeah.
And then when it goes on, you find out.
That's right.
And he found out he was good at it.
Yeah. No, it's live, man.
It was great stuff, but it obviously just sounded amazing.
Yeah. We should get Dan on. Yeah. Give a couple weeks since Chris and Amy just had him on, but let's get Dan back on the show. It's been years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can you say your little crud thing?
Yeah. So Andrew texted me something on the break, and my first reaction was like crud. And when I was thinking about that word, whenever I was in like elementary school and middle school, I went to Christian school, so it was like especially strict.
Yeah.
Couldn't say crap, which we all know is a substitution for another word.
Sure.
So you couldn't say crap, so we would say crud, and you wouldn't really get in trouble for saying crud. But as Wheels and I were discussing on the break, you're saying the same thing. What's the difference between crud and crap?
Yeah.
There's no difference.
I tried this one with my mom and dad once. And
Yeah.
I felt like sort of like when I thought I'd invented solipsism, I really thought I was the first person to ever think this. But I remember saying to Jack and Francis, I can kind of picture it. Like it was popcorn night. And I was like orating, and I'm like, they're just sounds you make with your mouth. What is the difference between the F and the this and the that? And my dad just like, yeah, I don't know about all that. Just never let me hear you saying it. I'm like, didn't understand a word I said, man.
Yeah.
You're missing the point, Father.
We do play really dumb games with language, though, right? I mean, 2 words that mean the exact same thing, and one thing is okay and another one is not.
Yeah.
And also, like, when you substitute made up words for the actual curse word or whatever, I know what you're saying.
And I think it's worse. I honestly think it's worse. Because if you go, yeah, man, that effing guy, but you say the real word, that's just how I talk.
Yeah.
It's just how we speak to each other. But if you say effing guy, I now have to fill in the blank and say the F word in my mind.
So we're making you do the work.
Yes, you're making me do the heavy lifting.
I don't know. We're just very odd about that.
All right. Speaking of that effing guy, last night, Kara Spencer had a fundraiser get together, little town hall. And Wheels, you know this one better than I, but my understanding is that her opponent, Mayor Tashara Jones, showed up and refused to leave when asked, like, hey, this is a Kara Spencer event, and kind of worked the room. And you have some thoughts on that.
Well, I mean, yeah. What are you doing showing up at someone else's event? Right. So this was an event, and I'm going by the report that I saw from Elliot Davis. I saw Elliot Davis's post on this on Facebook. It's how I kind of got the details of it. But it was basically, it was an event, a town hall hosted for Kara Spencer so she could speak to people in the building. People are going to be in the room. And when you see some of the photos, you see like Kara's up front near a podium, but talking to the group that's gathered. And in the background, you can see Tashara Jones standing back there with her arms folded, like all serious, and her security guy standing next to her. First of all, got his badge out. So like, this is an official security guy. Why is he there? Why are we using a city security official to go to someone else's campaign event? Like, and why are you standing back there with your arms folded? And then they apparently, again, this is all from the Facebook post I saw from Elliot Davis, but it was, she was told, hey, this is for Kara Spencer to speak to people. You weren't invited. And she's like, I don't care. I don't think she said that, but she just stayed, started introducing herself to people in the room, and then sat down in the room and wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
Like, that's just what are you doing? What do you think this is? You think this is like 8th grade schoolyard tough guy stuff? What do you think this is?
One of our coworkers made an interesting point when we were discussing this in the office and said, I don't think being tough is Tashara's problem.
No.
I don't think people think she's weak.
No.
So if you were trying to show that you were tough, okay, but I don't think that's why whoever doesn't vote for you, I don't think it's because they think you're weak.
I guess I just have a different take on this. This does not bother me like in the slightest. In fact, I think it's, I'm not going to say cool because I'm not like, wow, but I'm just like, hey, you know what? If you have the guts to go to your opponent's town hall and it is open to the public, there's no restrictions on who's allowed to come and go to these type of things. Like, she showed up to the public event and she wanted to talk to people. Like,
she should have showed up when the snow hit, man. Show up when the snow hits. Don't show up at something that you're not a part of to act like you're saying, I'm serious and I'm here. What are you going to say now? Like, nobody cares about your toughness. Do your job. And why are you showing up there with city security?
Are we sure that it was like, it was not her private security or something?
I don't know. He got a badge on his belt. I don't know what that tells me.
I think she gets security all the time.
But
Okay.
again, that's
could be
fine.
wrong.
But my point is, you're actually using, in this case, and I don't know what the rules are, so I'm not suggesting there's anything wrong with this, but I don't like the look of using a taxpayer-funded security position for you to go do a campaign thing. Because that's a campaign thing. That's not a mayor thing. You're not there performing in your mayoral duties.
True.
You're there for campaign purposes, and you're there trying to make your opponent look bad, which, again, totally fine. That's fair game. But I don't know. I have an issue with the way that looks, where you're going to have somebody with a badge standing next to you like, oh, my gosh, this is really important. I don't. To me, it felt like just trying to throw your weight around.
The main thing it tells me, I see both of your points. The main thing it tells me is that Tashara Jones thinks she's losing.
You certainly wouldn't do that if you thought you were winning.
No.
You would just ignore the opponent if you thought you were winning.
It strikes me as sweaty at best. You know what I mean? A little on the, I don't know, a little on the desperate side.
Well, I think it was designed to rile up people who would be like, oh, like I almost used the word cool earlier. And again, those are not my personal feelings, but
Right.
I think a lot of people look at that and go like, hell yeah, it's a public event. That's kind of cool that she showed up. And if you don't want anyone coming to your event, then you shouldn't open it to the complete public. You should have people like, sign up in
Ticketed.
advance. Right. Just like the outrage that she dared to show up. It's like, she's allowed to show up. She's allowed to make it awkward.
She is, and that's my point. She's allowed to do it, but it still looks like crap, especially when the thing you're on the hook for right now has nothing to do with your opponent. If your office had been doing its job and people under your command had done their jobs a couple months ago, you might not be in this position. If we had figured out how to clear the streets, if you didn't have people calling 911 where ambulances couldn't get down neighborhood streets and they had to the EMS workers had to walk down the street to get to people, if you didn't have all those problems of weeks of nobody picking up garbage because roads never got cleared, again, for weeks it didn't get cleared. And there was a weekend, the first weekend after the big snow, where it was 50 degrees, which was plenty of opportunity to move anything that was in the way, and nothing under your command got done. That's why you're in trouble. It has nothing to do with your opponent. Your opponent's just benefiting from it because you'd crap the bed. And then you're going to go act tough?
Crudted the bed.
Crudted the bed. Like, I don't like it because you know what it is to me? It's false hustle.
Mm.
And it's false bravado.
That's interesting.
You're going to make the big, you're going to stand there like I'm looking down over you with my arms crossed because I'm serious. Well, where were you when it was time to be serious to get crap done? You were nowhere. And I don't mean physically. I'm not talking about if you're out of town on a thing, that's whatever. I don't care about that. But the people that work for you did not get the job done. And how many things has that happened with over the last couple of years? It's been nonstop. So I don't like this, the falsity of it. I don't like that you're making it seem like you're on top of things, but you're not. You're just putting on a show. That's a show right there. That's WWE stuff. I'm going to stand in the background and look tough. You're putting on a show. If you'd done the job, you wouldn't be trailing.
Okay, good talk. When we come back, I have a new game for you guys to play.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. If you would like a little information about retirement, if you would like a little information that is specific to your retirement, you can go see a financial planner, and I'm sure they'll take you to breakfast or lunch, and but I don't like that kind of thing. I don't like being one-on-one. And so when I heard about Financial and Tax Architects having the Retirement Planning 101 seminars, I thought that was a really good idea. I know they didn't invent it, but if you would like to spend 3 hours with an expert fiduciary who has decades of experience when it comes to tax savings and 401ks and Roth conversions, and when you take your Social Security, you can do that. We're putting them on a couple times per month at libraries and schools around town. All you have to do is call and reserve your space. No one's going to ask you for money, and no one's going to ask you for business. 314-350-8110. That's the number you call. 350-8110 for Financial and Tax Architects. 314-350-8110.
The Budweiser First Pitch Breakfast, sponsored by Budweiser, is Thursday, March 27th, and features an unfiltered conversation with Cardinals Hall of Famer Vince Coleman. Your ticket includes a delicious breakfast buffet, bottomless mimosas, Bloody Marys, and an ice-cold Budweiser. Plus, you'll get 2 free tickets to Saturday's Cards Twins game. Get 20% off your table now by using the code KMOX. Everything you need is at KMOX.com/events.
I see clearly now thanks to the doctors, Birdie, Malhotra, Brusati, Royer, and Barry. You can too. Go to youridoc.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text JUDGE to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text JUDGE to 321-321. That's JUDGE to 321-321.
Hey, it's Debbie Monterey for Window Nation. You need relief from high heating costs this winter, and Window Nation can help. Window Nation's affordable, high-quality, energy-efficient windows will keep your heat inside, lower your monthly utility bills, and keep your home comfortable year-round. Right now, get 2 windows free for every 2 you buy, plus 0 down and no payments or interest for 2 years. Offer ends soon, so schedule your fast, free estimate now at 866-90-NATION, 866-90-NATION, or online at windownation.com.
Welcome back, DGS 146. Okay, so I've seen this game played on TikTok with guitars. I'm just calling it this or that, where it'll be like this one or this one. Okay, that one or this one.
Okay.
And we'll get you down in your given category to your favorite. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. We also start with you first.
All right.
Lou Brock or Willie Mays?
Woo. I mean, they're both great, but I got to go with maybe the greatest of all time, and Willie.
Willie Mays or Ted Williams?
Willie. Better hitter was Ted. Willie's better player.
Willie Mays or Hank Aaron?
Willie Mays.
Willie Mays or Ty Cobb?
Willie Mays.
Willie Mays or Babe Ruth? See how fun it is?
Yeah. I have to go with Babe.
Babe Ruth or Albert Pujols?
Babe.
Babe Ruth or Stan Musial?
Babe.
It's making you sad, isn't it?
I mean, it's just like he's going to get all the rest of them. I mean, he did things that nobody ever did before.
Babe Ruth or Mickey Mantle?
Babe.
Bob Gibson?
Babe.
Cal Ripken?
Babe.
Wade Boggs?
Babe.
George Brett?
Babe.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, once you get to him, it's like, who else ever did what he did? He literally changed the entire future of the game. There were no home run hitters before Babe Ruth. And ever since Babe Ruth, home run hitters are the highest paid and most important players in the game.
And yet he looked like a tiny little rascal.
He did. He looked like Big Spanky.
Looked like a baby.
He was Big Spanky in home runs. Yeah,
total. Andrew.
Yes.
Beatles or Rolling Stones?
Woo. Boy.
Nope. I made a mistake. Rachel.
Okay.
Beatles or Rolling Stones?
Beatles.
Beatles or The Who?
Oof.
You know it's Beatles.
Yeah, it's Beatles.
Beatles or Queen?
Ooh.
Queen.
Queen or Foo Fighters?
Queen.
Whoa.
Queen or Spoon?
See, this is where it gets tough because it's like I wouldn't rank. Oh, it's
It's
tough.
your choice. It's all about you.
All right, I'll still go Queen.
Queen or Radiohead?
Radiohead.
Radiohead or Guns N' Roses?
Radiohead.
Radiohead or The Police?
Radiohead.
Radiohead or Journey?
Radiohead.
Radiohead or Van Halen?
Radiohead.
Radiohead or Prince?
Radiohead.
Radiohead or Led Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin or AC/DC?
Zepp.
So Led Zeppelin.
Woo. That's kind of the Babe Ruth of metal right there. Let's go.
I
See that
feel like
coming.
Good job, Rach.
We got to the truth on that one for sure.
Interesting. Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Stolen sandwiches.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Ill-gotten.
Ill-gotten gains. Every one of these is an ill-gotten gain.
A stolen sandwich has twice as
Too
sweet.
much change or stolen sandwiches.
Twice as sweet the nectar.
Found wallet or stolen sandwiches.
Found wallet.
Uncut cake that you were the first to cut into. But you know
Or
we're
your-
about to cut
or your
into
own
it.
birthday cake. Chick-fil-A waffle fries or Burger King Whopper?
Ooh.
Waffle fries.
Waffle fries or a Big Mac?
Waffle fries.
Waffle fries or Jack in the Box taco?
Waffle fries.
Waffle fries or Taco Bell cheese chalupa?
It's really fun to say those. Waffle fries.
Oh.
McDonald's fries?
Waffle fries.
Waffle fries or the Chick-fil-A sandwich?
Sandwich.
Good call.
Chick-fil-A sandwich or Arby's beef and cheddar?
Chick-fil-A still.
Chick-fil-A sandwich or the Baconator from Wendy's?
Ooh. That's tough, but I will still give it to the sandwich.
Chick-fil-A sandwich or McDonald's nuggets?
Nuggets.
Oh, my God.
I love a nugget.
I protest.
McDonald's nuggets or Casey's Pizza?
Nugget.
Nugget or QT hot dog?
Nugget.
Okay.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth, Led Zeppelin,
And a
and
nugget.
McDonald's nuggets.
Those are three very solid things.
That's a Friday night, baby.
I thought you were gonna do the Real Housewives for me, Dave, and I was like, "Here we go."
Oh, no.
Oh,
Learn
funny.
something about myself.
Dave would have first had to learn all the names of the
Right.
Real
Yeah.
Housewives.
There was one time I think you were out, Dave, and I made Wheels try
Yeah.
to guess if Real Housewives were real people.
It was
or not.
That was
like a real or
fun.
fake, right?
Yeah.
We should do that again. That was fun.
It was fun.
How'd I do again? I was bad, right?
No, you did well because you just like developed a pattern for guessing. That
Oh,
was
right.
actually
That's what it
pretty
was.
accurate.
Yeah, that's what it was. I figured
Yeah,
out.
he cheated a little bit because he was like, well, I noticed it every third time it's a fake person, and that's how you seeded it. And it's
That's
like,
true.
well, that doesn't really count.
Just
I
picking
de-
C on every question on the SAT.
I
or something.
decoded it.
Yes, he picked C.
I'm like, I don't know any of these names, but I know the code.
I remember one time, probably 2010-ish. Sophie would be about 5, and the Bachelor, the Bachelorette, one of them was new, and they were sitting there watching it, and I walked up and started hammering them, and I'm like, "What is this crap? Oh my god, this is the dumb. What's his deal? What did he say? Like, I got sucked into it in seconds.
Yeah.
Just seconds. Those guys, it's like
that's what they do.
Evil propaganda. We should put them in charge of something.
Sandwiches.
I feel like the reality TV people are in charge of something.
Yeah, good
To
point.
be fair.
Really good point.
I mean, oh man, I'm gonna leave that one out. I was like, well, I'll say it. I was like, well, one of them's president.
Right. They've kind of made it to like the highest.
I mean, that's pretty. I mean, like you think of the progression. Although the man was famous well before his TV show, but that's pretty funny.
Do you see how mad he is about his portrait?
Yeah, I feel bad for the person who made the portrait because it's
Who's
not
the
a
little kid on Hank, the cartoon?
Oh, Bobby Hill.
Bobby Hill. He looks. Yeah, the portrait looks like Bobby Hill.
It's not a great. I mean, like the portrait's not a perfect one, but that was somebody that was trying to make it look good, right? It wasn't somebody
Yeah.
mocking him. It was in the
I
State
wouldn't
House.
think so.
Yeah, and the artist even said because she had done a portrait of Barack Obama too, and
Which Trump loves.
yeah, he said it was a beautiful portrait, but she said like I really try not to let politics like touch my work at all. This was just an honest portrayal of how I see him. And I think he's a little heavier than he is now in the portrait. I think that might be a big reason why the portrait is so reviled.
For
but
God's sake,
The portrait is skinnier.
no, the portrait's a little
Heavier.
heavier than
Yeah.
than he is.
Yeah, you got a fat face in that portrait.
you have no ability to like filter and go, I don't really like that, but I don't need to say that and embarrass the person that tried to do it nicely.
Yeah.
Like they weren't trying to mock you. If they were trying to mock you, then go after them. That's fine. But if someone's trying, don't just be nasty to them because you have a sensitive side.
Hope she enjoys Guantanamo Bay. Send her down there to do portraits of the prisoners.
She's going to be working the border.
Oh, he's not fat. That's great. So not everyone you paint's fat.
Yeah, I just feel bad for the artist. It's like, man, she was probably so proud, and then it's like the actual president is like, I want that taken down. I look bad. How do you recover from that?
I'm reading. I'm full on reading the comments. I'm not even doing my show. My co-host is talking. I'm like blah 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 blah.
Quit
Rachel, I need my
yapping, lady.
DGS
Who
gear.
cares?
That's all I had.
I like that game, Dave. We should play that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
You can play with almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I made it up that way.
Okay, let's do it with members of the show. Dave, Andrew or Wheels?
Well, I'll go right out now. See you guys. We all know Rachel wins that one anyway.
That's funny.
Yeah, we only play it for like 4 seconds.
We're like, yeah, Rachel wins. And we, by the way, both of us would vote the same way.
Mm-hmm. Who else passed away over the weekend was George Foreman.
Oh, yeah.
Very sad.
Wheels, you probably don't know this story. It's absolutely true. I'd been doing radio for about a week, and my show wasn't until 4 p.m., but I didn't like being a lawyer, so I'd show up in the morning, and Stephen DC had George Foreman on. I didn't know this, and I'm walking down this long hall at Emmis, and here comes this enormous man, and I see that it's George Foreman, and I said, hey, George, I love your grill. And as soon as I said it, I'm like, oh, that's the dumbest thing you've ever said to anyone. And he stops and he goes, you like the grill? I'm like, I love the grill. He's like, what do you like to cook on it? I'm like, I cook chicken. He goes, oh, I love to cook chicken on it. Have you cooked burgers yet? And I'm like, no, sir. And he's like, oh, you got to cook the burgers. Like, it's the greatest celebrity interaction I've ever had.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6986. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6986. That's 800-575-6986. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Will new tariffs impact small businesses? Rising costs and economic uncertainty can hurt your bottom line. But with Swish Funding, your business can stay strong. We offer fast, flexible funding solutions from $10,000 to $2 million for working capital, cash flow, and more, and as little as 24 hours with no collateral needed. If your business earns at least $50,000 per month and has been around for over a year, you could qualify today. Go to swishradio.com and use code RADIO. Swishradio.com, code RADIO.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they're very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They were in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take a tip from Rick and put down the paintbrush and call Rhino Shield for your free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO. Or visit 877-25rhino.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
Call now. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It is 2 o'clock. We've got clouds and 60 degrees downtown at the Arch. 5 high-level officials at the CDC are leaving. The departures announced today at a meeting of agency senior leaders. Sabrina Cupid of WSB Atlanta has the details.
Sources say the departures were announced at a meeting earlier today and are being called retirements. The announcement coming a day after the White House announced that it's nominating Susan Menares to be CDC director. This means close to a third of the agency's top management has left. The Atlanta-based CDC has 24 centers and offices.
A Missouri lawmaker is introducing a bill to target vehicles with long-expired temporary tags.
The bill gives drivers a lot of leeway, only finding individuals driving a car with temporary tags that have been expired longer than 75 days and giving them a 30-day grace period to get their taxes and appropriate plates to avoid paying that fine. Its sponsor, State Representative Brad Pollitt, says long-expired temp tags cost more than just unpaid taxes.
You got to probably believe that folks that have not registered their vehicle are driving without insurance as well.
He says the bill has been passed out of the Rules Committee and looks forward to a full hearing. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
Canceling Pride is not an option.
But Pride St. Louis is launching a campaign to raise $150,000 to fund the annual downtown festival. This after the loss of longtime sponsor Anheuser-Busch.
It's sad that they have chosen to abandon their hometown community, and especially hurtful considering how our community is under attack when we have always supported them by purchasing their products.
Pride St. Louis President Marty Zuniga says they're soliciting donations to bridge the funding gap. The KMOX Business Desk, more Canadians are deciding to spend their money elsewhere.
We aren't coming.
That's what many business owners at Old Orchard Beach, Maine are hearing from Canadians who have been canceling summer vacation reservations. They are a huge part of the town's economics. President Donald Trump's rhetoric and actions toward Canada are to blame.
They're just not behind this administration, I guess, and they want people to know that.
Sean Nicholas co-owns 2 motels in the coastal Maine town. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
The Dow from Stifel down 110 points to 42,472.
Certainly looking and feeling like spring this afternoon. 69 for the high, all about sunshine. Tonight, partly cloudy. A drop through the 60s slowly for evening plans. 44 for the low. Wednesday, sunny and 64. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny skies, 70. However, some showers and maybe a thunder shower moving in late in the day. So it's a watcher for opening day, especially with the late afternoon start. It will be wet on Thursday night. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
We've got 60 in St. Peter's, 60 in Florissant, 60 feels like 53 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Brought to you by Volley.
Volley.
Level up game night with Volley, the smart TV app for playing games like Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, or test your knowledge with fun music quizzes and party games. Turn your TV into the ultimate game hub with the Volley app on your Roku or Fire TV. Download it and play today.
Volley.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on 104.1 FM KMOX. Good friend of ours, Chef Liz, is here from Tenacious Eats and Work and Leisure resident chef. Raven, who owns Work and Leisure, was supposed to be here, but we had some scheduling snafus. So hello to her. And I was just telling Liz that when I took my family to Avalanche over the Christmas break, the pop-up, it was one of the highlights of our holiday season. They were so cool. Raven and her husband were so cool. So if you guys get a chance to go to something like we're about to tell you, take advantage of it. Really cool space in Midtown. Here's another thing. Let me get on soapbox for a minute. We spend a lot of time on the show bitching about St. Louis and, we're losing people, we're losing businesses. Well, you got to get off your ass and you have to go places, right?
That's true.
Sometimes you may feel a little uncomfortable. Go during the day, but we need to take our bodies past Skinker if we're going to keep this thing going, right?
I personally think everything fun is on the other side of Skinker. I really think that we have an amazing city. Just taking the time to explore and really getting to know other people.
Yeah.
Different groups, different businesses. Oh my goodness, my stomach would be really mad if that's as far as I went.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've lived in Chicago. I've lived all over the place, and we have such a rich food culture here.
Yeah.
We have a rich culture, period.
We do. Why do you think we have such an inferiority complex? When did that come along?
It's a
my
buildup,
whole
right?
life.
It's historically, right? We've done some things wrong. We
Yeah.
have over the years, and there's a lot of things we have to fix.
Yeah.
And change. But I think the first thing that we can do to fix things is coming together.
Yeah.
I think that's optimal. Instead of like, if you've got a ball game to go see a cards game, go see the city, the Blues. Instead of going to the places you're familiar with, maybe search out something in the city that you haven't tried yet.
Yeah. No shade to Clayton. I love Clayton, but rather than going to dinner in Clayton, then down to the ball game, come downtown.
Oh man. And have the best food ever.
Yeah.
No slant on the county
No,
or anything.
not at
I
all.
love the county too. I'm a North County girl.
Are ya?
I grew up in St. Anne.
Yeah.
Props to St. Anne. I went to Rittner High School. So I mean, yeah, you do want to be aware of your surroundings, but we're just a collection of neighborhoods.
So I started the show by saying that South County is my least familiar area. But if someone came from out of town and said, show me a St. Louisan, I think I'd take them to an old man bar in South County. And I know North County has a rich tradition as well. You know, it's where Maureen's from, and Tony Colombo, a lot of my best friends. I get it. But there's something about South City and South County.
My dad's family was from South City, South County, Lime.
Yeah.
And the stories and that kind of narrative always makes me laugh.
Yeah.
So if you want to find that kind of person, I think definitely South County, South City is where you're going to find them.
Yeah. When I was a young attorney and living with my roommate, Ricky, and we discovered a place on Laclede called Rosie's Place in the West End.
I remember Rosie's.
And we were there 4 nights, 5 nights a week. And I'm a kid from South Roxana. I don't know black people. I don't know gay people. I don't know anyone that doesn't look like me.
Right.
And whose dad doesn't work at the refinery. And that was so good for me to spend those years getting to know people who didn't look like me.
Rosie's was a melting pot. I would see people show up in full business suits. They just left an office and they're hanging out with industry people like us, chefs who just got off work.
Yeah.
And we're all talking and laughing and singing together.
Yes.
You know, and it was definitely a communal place, watering hole.
Yeah. I bet we're there at the same time.
Yeah. I bet we were.
I bet you hit on me.
I bet. I usually have my head down going, I'm so tired.
I just want to go to
I'm so
bed.
tired. Can I have my one beer? I'm going to go crash. Yeah.
Man, that's the thing with the food industry, isn't it? Like, you got to be able to hang. You
You-
got to be able to go out at midnight.
Yeah. And it was really just so you could have that moment. And
Little buffer.
Yeah. And talk to everybody who was there. Like, did that really happen?
Yeah.
Or was that some kind of weird fever dream?
Yeah.
Did that? Holy cow, we did that together. It's kind of like being in the trenches.
I love the show The Pit, which is about an emergency room. And my son followed Jeff Dill around from the time he was 16 at Ruth's to Capitol to, you know, like every place that Escape. So I've worked in kitchens, but not like him, not like you. But that's the closest thing to an ER I can think of is a kitchen during rush.
Any job that requires you to be so dependent on your coworkers.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
you don't have like big open workspace to yourself. You're in each other's space.
Asses to elbows.
Oh man. And you go up, I go down. You go down, I go up.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to turn that way. That's why we have all the commands in the kitchen, like behind, corner, so that you don't run into me with something sharp. And we both end up going to the ER.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Going- going from one place to another, but it's a dance. And, you know, finding those people who are crazy enough who want to do it. And I'm sure I've watched people in an ER. We're nowhere. I mean, we're a kitchen, but I see that dance.
Yeah, for sure. So you have the second annual Adult Spelling Bee coming up. Tell us everything about it.
That is April 5th. And we have this crazy collection of competitors. I think I heard someone here was competing. Is it Andrew?
Are you?
I am not, unfortunately. No, I
Andrew, you're the only one with the spelling bee trophy.
I declined the offer. That's why I'm too scared. I had my
You gotta
I had
protect your
my,
reputation.
Oh, he's afraid of his rep.
Because here's the
Yeah.
thing. Here's the thing. I know for a fact, and I'm willing to admit this. I've admitted it many times. I am much, much stupider now than I was when I was 7.
I was much smarter when I was
am
in
not
second
as. You
grade.
guys should have seen me when I was in 2nd grade. I was fast. I was sharp. I was knowledgeable, and I have lost all of
Lost
that.
it all.
It's kind of all downhill.
In the intervening years, I fell and hit my head one too many times, and now there's just nothing left in there.
He's also good at spelling. Wheeler.
Kevin's great at spelling.
I wouldn't go about as far as
He
great.
he
but yeah, I'm
told me
pretty
he
good
went
at
to a regionals.
Well,
I
I
didn't
mean,
even know
like
they
in
had
my little
those.
area. Yeah, like 7th grade. I got beat on Viscount.
VISCOUNT.
Yeah, I didn't leave. I forgot
Nailed
the
it.
S. I forget the S. I spelled like 3 words that were harder than that. I don't even remember them. And then I got that one. I boffed it, and I'm like, you idiot. It was in the finals too.
Here's a chance to redeem yourself.
Yeah.
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 Right now?
I've got some words. Do you want to take a stab
Oh,
at
I'll do
them?
it in anything right now. Yeah, I don't care if I sound dumb.
Nice.
It's fine.
Okay, let's start easy. I'll throw one out there. Restaurant.
RESTAOURANT.
Oh,
Did I say O or A?
Said
You
O.
said O.
Oh, it's an A. Oh well.
That's
You're
what
out.
those are.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Restaurant.
It's restaurant.
No, it's restaurant. That's how I have to say it.
Restaurant.
Yeah, that's how they say it in Detroit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
restaurant.
All right, I'll do one.
Diaphragm.
DIAPHRAM.
There's a G.
There's a G.
Yeah.
No, darn.
We're awesome.
I left out the
G.
T.
There's a G before.
Yeah.
G before the M.
Yes,
Yeah, let me try one.
diaphragm.
Diaphragm.
Yes.
Let me try one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
hello.
go spelling boy.
Now I
Now
wanna-
he wants to spell.
Now
Not-
that everybody else has spelled wrong, I want to.
I haven't spelled wrong. I didn't get a chance.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it.
Go, Rach.
How about inaugural?
INAUGA. Wait, I got lost. I'm so bad at spelling out loud because I lose my.
I'm not
place
as
in
good
words.
at visualizing it as
It's
I used
hard.
to be.
Yeah.
Your brain goes blank. Mine does.
So we're at G. I'm gonna go URAL.
Ding ding ding.
There we go.
yay.
Well, she got multiple chances there.
Well, no, but she
didn't.
caught herself.
I paused.
Yeah, she caught herself. That's fine.
All right, Andrew, bring the noise.
Andrew,
try it.
you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Anachronistic.
Okay. ANACHRONISTIC.
Yes. Ding
See?
ding, you
I
win.
still got it.
Oh. Andrew, you got to put your
Mhm.
title on the line.
Andrew, a little bird told me that you were coming to the event, but you're not
Yes.
going to spell.
If you're going, you're
Yes.
spelling.
I will be hiding. I'll be in disguise. Be wearing a big silly top hat.
He'll be disguised as a sandwich.
I'll be.
Even though when you go, food is provided as part of the ticket, are you still going to steal it?
Yeah, I'll probably take some out of the kitchen.
He stole food today.
He's going to take some out of the
Jean
kitchen.
Valjean.
Yeah, I'll snatch some out of the kitchen and run for it.
If I see him in the kitchen, I'll put him to work.
There you go.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, he's a Woody's Chicken alum.
Yeah, I know how to. They never trusted me with the chicken. Remember,
Clearly.
the
Can you
chicken,
spell chicken?
CHICKEN.
There
I
you
was
go.
not trusted.
It's
TRUSTED
spelled
with it.
YUM.
But I was on the flat top. I was making burgers. I was making hot dogs.
Wow.
It's a marketable skill.
I did use the French fry fryer, and I burned myself in ways that I still have scarring from, even though I only worked
I
there
got
for
some
like
Mr.
6
Donut stuff.
I only worked
ya?
there for like
Yeah.
6
Got
months.
donut shrapnel.
I do.
Donut shrapnel.
Yeah.
Man, they
I'm
don't
gonna
tell
steal
you.
that.
They don't tell you this when you start working with fryers, but you touch those things once, you're done for.
Hot stuff
Did
is bad,
they
Andrew.
need to tell you that?
Yes.
Don't touch the hot stuff.
It would have been nice, is all I'm saying. A little warning that, hey, if you touch this, if your knuckle accidentally hits it, you will have weird scarring for the rest of your life.
So people come, they watch celebrities have a spelling bee.
Yes. And then there's going to be encouragement to behave like you're in a classroom. I think a
Oh,
classroom with a
fun.
substitute.
Yeah.
So paper airplanes will be flying.
Nice.
Everything I'm serving is coming out on a school cafeteria tray.
Brilliant.
But we're doing a masa harina dipped Hebrew national hot dog, corn dog, with
I knew
a
most of those words.
Yeah.
masa
Did you smell 'em?
harina, masa, with a pineapple salsa, like a grilled pineapple salsa. So I'm
Ooh.
just taking like lunch food and
Elevate.
elevating it. We're going to do right here in front of us. I brought the mac and cheese I'm making, which is not a normal mac and cheese. This
Okay.
has been souped up with chipotle, a little bit of sour cream, Monterey Jack. There's no pre-made, cheese block used in this. This is a real Mornay sauce. And then the top has a crust that's made out of the hot and spicy Cheez-Its. I know that
Ooh.
sounds kind of funny.
No.
Mixed with butter and then roasted in the oven. And then I'm doing a dulce de leche, which I brought with me, brownie with a little bit of espresso added to the chocolate. So
Nice.
this is not, and Raven has some crazy fun cocktails that will be available for purchase. And this is what I think is so awesome. It's only $20.
That's a
It's like
McDonald's DoorDash.
It's a school
Mhm.
lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Except a good one.
Except a very souped up chef version of a school lunch. And then we're raising money for the Boys and Girls Club.
Good for
So
you.
that's the whole point of this. So I really encourage everyone, it's fun. Like the food alone, $20 pays for your ticket in, but it pays for your whole school lunch. So I think that's not a bad deal.
Not at all. No, that's great. Any celebrities you can name drop who will be spelling?
Andrew Stoles.
I know that Andrew's out.
Andrew, now that you're not in, do you have that list?
I do not have a list. I'm
You
sorry.
do not have the list.
You should just make some up.
Really did not,
There is there's over 20 local people that are competing. And the other day I had a couple of radio personalities at our showing of The Office, and we challenged them to spell a few things. So I think this group might be able to challenge them. It was Rafe and Learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I was kind of shocked about the spelling skills. Pretty good.
So work and leisure, STL.com, best place to go for tickets?
That's the best place to get tickets. And I would go ahead and get your group together now before this just sells
And that's
out.
April 4th.
April 5th.
April 5th. Very good. Good to see you, Liz. Thank you,
Good to
hon.
see you. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime.
Now's a great time to call Morelli Tuck Pointing, get an estimate on exterior tuck pointing, and hop on the spring schedule. Now, if you've been thinking of getting any interior brickwork or stonework tuck pointed, this is also a great time for that. Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. For 34 years, Morelli has been tuck pointing completely solid houses and buildings, repairing brick and stone walls, foundations, walkways, porches, and patios. The Morellis will also caulk and waterproof your home or building. Morelli has worked on 2 of my homes, treating them like they were their own, always leaving the job site cleaner than when they found it, and that's why the Morellis have won the Angie's List Super Service Award every year since 2005. Morelli is also a recipient of the Better Business Bureau Torch Award. Research their reviews on the Google, Angie's List, and Better Business Bureau websites. 314-645-1387 and MorelliTuckPointing.com.
We get it. Attention spans just aren't what they used to be. Heads in social media and eyes on Netflix. But what do people do with their ears? Well, for one, they're listening to audio. Americans spend 4.4 hours with audio every day. Oh, and you want the proof? Well, you just sat through this ad that's now approaching 30 seconds. What could you say to a potential customer in 30 seconds? Let Odyssey put together a media plan tailor-made for your unique marketing needs. Advertise with Odyssey. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers with back taxes to the IRS. Billions in tax relief is now being made available to struggling taxpayers, giving thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in savings away to those who qualify. If you're facing wage garnishment, threatening letters, audits, liens, levies, or already in a payment plan, you can now expedite the resolution to your tax problem, end collections, and even qualify to reduce a large portion of what you owe. Stop IRS Debt has established a relief hotline for you to call to check what savings and options you qualify for. Dial 800-759-3413. With many people facing job loss and rising cost of living, these special IRS initiatives are designed to aid delinquent taxpayers with the relief that they need to get a fresh start. For a free consultation to see what savings you qualify for, call 800-759-3413. 800-759-3413. 800-759-3413.
Hello, Stacy again from Fairwinds Rivers Edge Senior Living, telling you about our spring special. Move by the end of April and get a great discount off 3 months rent. Not ready to move? No better time than the present to start planning. Come experience the environment at our 50s Sock Hop featuring Trilogy on Thursday, April 17th. RSVP to 636-754-2317 or visit us online at fairwindsriversedge.com.
KMOX is everywhere. 1120 AM. Streaming live on the Odyssey app and now at 104.1 FM.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday. Isn't it funny that it's like the Chick-fil-A phenomenon? I never crave Chick-fil-A until Sundays when they're closed. And the same thing, Chris's at the docket is closed on Tuesdays. And I swear to God, every Tuesday I'm like, hey, let's go to Chris's.
You know, it sounds good.
I know I can't.
Yeah.
Do you
it's
in the
like that.
moment or do you forget?
I don't know because it feels like a real thing.
Because I've done it a bunch of times where I'm like, ooh, I'm on my way somewhere. I'm going to get Chick-fil-A on the way. And I'm like, oh, dang it. No, I'm not. It's not open.
Yeah, maybe I just want to go to Chris's all the time. Then on Tuesdays, I'm like, no. And then I'd put the two together. Rach, you feel bad for calling some lady crazy?
Yeah, Representative Paulina Luna.
When
like
did you do
2 weeks
that?
ago? Like 2 weeks ago on the show, I was talking about this bill she's introducing with AOC. They want to cap interest card.
Oh, yeah, I
credit
remember
card
this
interest
story.
rates at 10%.
Yeah.
And for like no reason, I was like, oh, she's crazy. And then I even said, I'm like, I can't think of why she's crazy. I think I just had in my head, I had seen her do something, and I'm like, crazy person. But then I can't remember what it was. So I have no backing for that. I just irresponsibly said on the air that I think someone's crazy.
Good for
And
you.
then today I'm watching CNN, and she is doing a bipartisan bill with a Democrat in the House to allow House members to vote on bills remotely when they've just had a child.
Was she the one with the baby?
She was the one with the dark hair. So there was the blonde with the baby, and then she was the one with the darker hair.
Okay.
And they were just like getting along and being friends and working on this bill together. And I thought, you know what? What's wrong with me? Like, why did I feel the need to go in there and say that? Because maybe I saw her in supporting something I don't agree with one time.
It's your Guy Phillips moment
A
when I
little
went off
bit.
on Guy Phillips.
A little bit. So I just felt kind of bad about that. And she's actually doing stuff that I think is pretty cool. So I don't know.
Good for you for being
TBD.
self-aware.
But is she crazy?
I don't think she's crazy.
Just kidding.
I mean, I could stand corrected in the future, but as of right now, I'm saying she seems all right, honestly.
Razor's Edge?
Yes. What did I want to talk about with Razor's Edge?
I have it right here. It's buy now, pay later DoorDash.
Oh my gosh. We talked about this a little bit on Friday when you were out, Dave. I can't let this go. I think
When
this is
Wheeler had
so
the shingles?
ridiculous. Yeah, he had
Well,
the
I
shingles
didn't
shot.
have I had the vaccine thing. Yeah.
Were you sad?
No, then it was fine. It wasn't until like 6:30, 7 o'clock at night that I got punched in the face.
I tuned in only once during the Friday show, and I thought I was hearing a repeat because you were just going off on Pete Rose. And I even
Yeah, I
texted
forget
Rachel, I'm
what
like,
came
Pete
up.
Rose again?
Yeah, I don't remember how that came up.
I brought him up for Flashback Friday.
Oh, that's what it was.
It was like
Yeah.
the anniversary of him doing something.
He's definitely one of my 900.
He's a trigger.
Triggers, yeah.
He's a trigger.
Yeah.
So DoorDash has a new deal with Klarna to eat now, pay later. Basically, you can finance your DoorDash order and do like 4 separate installments to pay
Holy
for your
crap.
food. I know, it's really sad. Whenever it came out, people were quote tweeting the announcement and saying like they literally did the meme because there used to be a meme that was like, oh, you can pay for your Uber Eats and Klarna payments or buy now, pay later. And now they're actually doing it.
Yeah.
And it just got me thinking about how easy it is to part with your money nowadays. Whether it be a DoorDash or whether it be online sports betting or all these different things. It's like we make it so easy for you to just send us your money and then we'll send you the product, which is a good and a bad thing. But when you're getting to the point where it's like, I need my Chick-fil-A so bad. I don't necessarily have the $25 in my account right now, but I'm getting paid next week. I'll just go ahead and do it and pay for it later. It just feels like we're going down such a dark and stormy path with this type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, when do we stop? Like, what do you stop financing at that point? It just feels really, really crazy. Yeah, I just think it's a little wild. The purchase has to be at least $35.
Oh, well.
But it's like $35. I mean, maybe if it was starting at like a catering order for $400 or something, okay, you can pay that off over time.
What do you guys like? Where do you think the line would be? Because I mean, you could finance the purchase of a new couch or a chair. Let's say $500, like that. That's not totally unreasonable because you could say, somebody might not have $500 right now today, and maybe they don't want to run it on their credit card. I don't know. Obviously, that's an option too, right? I mean, people are already buying food on credit cards
Good
and
point.
they're not paying or paying it off.
Very true.
But it's a little different when you're like, I need this so bad, I'm going to finance it through a third party.
Uh-huh.
Like, no, you don't. Just eat some ramen. Like, that's okay.
Brian on the stream says, you mean financing a burrito for 4 months is not a wise financial move?
Well, I mean, that's like a lot of those things are not wise financial moves. They're about convenience, and it's all about what you can and can't do, right?
It's getting harder to be an obnoxious satirist like I am.
Yeah, because they keep doing the things
Yeah.
you make fun of.
Yeah, they're getting ahead of me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're having that burrito. Your burrito's taking a taxi to your
You know,
home.
4 installments.
Yeah, why don't you just take a line of credit out for it? And you're like,
Yeah.
damn it.
And they're like, hey, actually, that's a really
It's a
good
really
idea.
good idea.
Thank you, sir. That is an excellent idea.
Would you ever do that? Let's say, for example, Capital Grill. You're going to take people out and drop $300,
Mhm.
and they say, now we have a program where you can do this interest-free for 6 months.
Oh, interest free. Yeah. It's no loss on your part.
Okay.
I don't know. I would still feel like I don't want to still be paying for this in 2 months.
Yeah.
I want to just have it off my plate. No pun intended. I want to be like, that's done. That's paid for. It is a completely.
I own this steak.
Yeah, that steak's in my tummy now, and I don't owe anyone for it.
They can't repossess it.
It is kind of
Right.
funny. You're paying for a steak that is long gone.
It's long gone. Yeah. You'll see it again. Tell you guys about Universal Windows Direct, and I'm just going to lean into it. I'm just going to own it. That Universal Windows Direct, in my opinion, is the superior window company because they are so boring. They don't try to intrigue you with their television ads. The owners are clearly grown-ups. They don't need to be starring in really bad SNL sketches on their window ads. They feature the windows. They feature the people who make the windows, and they feature the people who install the windows. And it really all comes down to the deal. And the warranty tells you what you need to know. We offer you a 1-sentence, ironclad, no questions asked warranty for the lifetime of those windows. Once you buy them, you're never going to pay a dime to repair them or replace them. We rarely have to, but if you do, then we're going to do that. Even if your window gets broken, like you throw a baseball or something. We're going to offer you buy 2, get 2 free. We're going to offer you 36 months, same as cash, no interest financing. Like Wheels just said, hey, if it's no interest, no skin off your nose. And we're going to treat you really, really nice. 314-334-2522 or universalwindowsdirect.com.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
It's time for Dave Murray's weather, sponsored by Interpark Holdings.
Certainly looking and feeling like spring this afternoon. 69 for the high, all about sunshine. Tonight, partly cloudy. A drop through the 60s slowly for evening plans. 44 for the low. Wednesday, sunny and 64. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny skies, 70. However, some showers and maybe a thunder shower moving in late in the day. So it's a watcher for opening day, especially with the late afternoon start. It will be wet on Thursday night. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
The easiest way to park on game day is to park with iParkit. iParkit has the best game day parking garages in St. Louis. 2 iParkit garages are on Clark Avenue, right next door to the ballpark. So download the iParkit app and drive in and out using only your license plate. Use iParkit for convenience and peace of mind.
St. Louis, your drive home just got a whole lot better. Introducing Redbird Rush Hour, weeknights at 5. Get the latest local news, up-to-the-minute traffic, and exclusive St. Louis Cardinals insights, all in one power-packed hour. Whether you're stuck in traffic or cruising home, stay informed and stay connected to your city and your team. The Redbird Rush Hour, weeknights at 5, on the voice of the Cardinals, KMOX.
Attention, have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10, $20, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-355-8282. That's 800-355-8282. Again, that's 800-355-8282.
Our conversation with Ricky Horton is brought to you by Goodwill. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on 104.1 FM KMOX. The boys are back in town. Ricky Horton joins us. Hello, Rick.
Hey, how are you, Dave? Great to be back in town. I wasn't sure how I get to my house. I've been gone so long, but I'm getting settled today and amped up about opening day. It's going to be great.
Man, you and me both, brother. I hope you had a good off season. I hope you enjoyed the family and horsey events and golfing and whatever it was that you did. You deserved it, and I hope you had a great time.
Horses, golf, and whatever. Yes, all of those and more. And yeah, I mean, you have to kind of have the rest because it's such a long season, obviously. But I'm ready for it. And spring training was. I actually had a blast at spring training. It was really fun.
Nice.
Are you in the best shape of your life like everybody else?
I'm in opening day shape, whatever that means.
Oh, let's go.
Nice.
The 65-year-old version.
So before we get into the players, let's just say and acknowledge, in case there's anyone out there on the fence about opening day, if you've never been to any other stadium, you don't get that St. Louis does opening day better than any other ball team in the country.
Yeah. So it sometimes sounds like you're just saying that, honestly. I mean, I can understand how people that have never been there would say, well, of course you're going to say that because that's a homer thing to say. Well, I've been at every other ballpark basically for an opening day. We're going to see the opening day in Boston, the first road trip of the year. It'll be their home opener. But I've been at opening days at Yankee Stadium and Dodger Stadium and Cincinnati and Milwaukee and you name it. The Cardinals do it the best. They just do. There's a pageantry to it. There's a show to it. There's a home feel. There's a community feel to it that, the Clydesdales add to it. The obviously the venue adds to that, but it really is special.
So we talk about the Cardinals here a lot. As you know, we now have 2 Cardinal-centric shows on 104.1 FM. Let's spend a lot of time talking about offense. Let's talk about pitching. That's your bailiwick. That's what you know best. Talk to me about the rotation.
Yeah, well, the rotation was a bit of a surprise to me. I was surprised Steven Matz is not in the rotation. He pitched really well in spring training, probably as good as anybody, but they're going to use him in long relief. And what means is they basically rewarded Matthew Liberatore for doing what they asked him to do in the winter and coming back and fixing his issues and just going after it. So the Cardinals are kind of in this, kind of rewarding hard work kind of mode right now for the young players. And that includes Victor Scott, but it also includes Matthew Liberatore, who he was good also. I mean, he was as good as anybody, but I would not have expected him to be in the rotation. So that was a late surprise for me, but I think a good one.
It was interesting, Ricky, because a few weeks ago, I was filling in for Tom on Sports on a Sunday, and Mo, without me really prompting it, brought up Liberatore about in the rotation. And also went on to talk about what you just said. He said, look, he figured some things out about how to get his body ready to start during the offseason. He's stronger. He's in a position better than he's ever been before.
Yeah, so there's a strength, and then which leads to repeatability of your delivery. Not to get too specific about it, but that's what Steven Matz actually had this spring too. But his is not related to fitness or any other strength. His is related to not being injured. So I could see in his delivery, I'm going to call it compact. It was like strong and then violent finish, good finish. I mean, and I saw the same thing from Liberatore. But if you're pitching like that, you're going to be able to command the ball a lot better, and both guys were doing it.
So, Rick, we all Cardinals fans, we fall in love with players during spring training. My two were McGreevy and Koperniak. I'm sure they'll be with the big club eventually, maybe sooner than later if we have injuries. Who did you fall in love with this spring training?
Well, I mean, Koperniak's on my list, too. I mean, I actually made the statement on the air, and then I realized I was probably going to get some flack for it. I think he's one of the 6 best hitters the Cardinals have. Hitters. Now, when I say hitters, I'm talking about a guy that game's on the line, bottom of the 9th inning. You got a guy who's got to get a hit, not a home run, but a hit. He does have some power. But, Donovan's on that list. Herrera's on that list. Contreras is on that list. Burleson's on that list. But he's a flat-out hitter. And so, I mean, he impressed me big time. Now, his defense is not, Gold Glove caliber, so that's kind of the issue with him. I was impressed with McGreevy. I think he not only pitched well for the team last year, but he took a couple of steps forward even from that. And he's got that kind of, that air about him, the mound presence. And I'll add another guy to that list. Jacoa Roby is really exciting to me. I mean, he had a bad game in spring training, but he's got great stuff. Roby does, and he's going to be a guy we're going to count on down the road.
I'm sorry, Wheels. You know what's so exciting about this year, Rick, is that if we play well, we can win 90 games. If we don't play well, we could win fewer than we did last year. It really is up in the air, and it really is about how these individual human beings play more than usual.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of guys, that word runway, which you feel like we're either kind of fashion designers or we work at the airport, but everybody's got this runway, and the guys that are on that runway most specifically, Gorman and Walker are going to be key guys. If they make that jump forward and get settled, and settled is an important thing in any job, but if they can get settled as big leaguers, I think that's going to be a big boost. And you're right, it's kind of up for grabs because I don't think there's any team in the Central that you'd say is really going to wow you. But honestly, you got to get it done on the field, and offense is going to be the thing that we end up talking about a lot. I mean, I'm talking about pitching now because, again, that's what I know, and that's what you asked about. But, if you don't hit, it doesn't matter how good the pitching is. You got to have better offense, frankly, than we saw in spring training.
Yeah, and obviously that was a problem last year, Rick. It's kind of how do you find more with what you already have, right? Because you didn't go sign a big bat. So you need individuals to improve their performance. But there are some interesting things with the way they're putting this team together that make me think there might be some more creative ways. For example, having Luke and Baker on this team from the beginning gives you something you didn't have last year and a real good weapon against lefties, either starting when the lefty starts or coming in late in the game to bring some danger. And because Victor Scott did what he did, man, do you now have the ability to do some speed things, especially if they're going to line up the way that Ollie showed us last night with Scott hitting 8th and Wynn hitting 9th. That speed leading to the top could be a lot of fun if those guys get on base.
Yeah, I mean, I think, people want exciting baseball, and those two can provide that. Victor Scott really was good this spring. He was not just kind of, the fool's gold. Mike Shannon always used to talk about the fool's gold of spring training. So, but I feel like he rose when he hit a home run off of Framber Valdez, lefty against lefty. He hit him. I mean, it was a monster bomb. When he hit that home run, I thought he made this team. He just made that team because that's a big time pitcher. He just did that against. So he's going to bring some excitement. And again, on the pitching side, the question is, are your Michaelis, Sonny Gray, Mac, the guys that are kind of a little more long in the tooth, are they going to be solid enough to keep the pitching going?
Yeah, I think Sonny's an interesting thing right now. I mean, there's some illness, but I don't know that they think the illness is the source of the low velo because he's been talking about how his offseason was delayed because of an arm thing from last year. He's not hurt now, but he got a really late start, and his velo's not there and his feel's not there. Have you ever experienced that where you either had a weird offseason or something lingering and then it kind of slowed you down? Because we know what he is when he's right, but he certainly doesn't look like himself.
I experienced that once. I actually had a frozen shoulder, if you guys know what that is. I mean, it's actually, but I had it in my right shoulder. I mean, I'm not sure what that was all about. I think from playing racquetball, I don't know, because I used to do that in the off season. But my right shoulder was basically stuck, so I had to go through a lot of chiropractic things. But the point is, you can't really go through your motion if your opposite shoulder's stuck.
No.
So every little thing that kind of gets you off can be a factor. I do think Sonny is very honest about his self-appraisal, that ball's not coming out right, and it wasn't. He's throwing 91, and his command of his breaking ball wasn't great either. But Sonny is smart about pitching, so it's not like he's not like a guy that's throwing 102 now has to figure out how to pitch. I think he already knows how to pitch, so he can probably. I'm guessing he'll be able to find some workarounds.
Well, we saw that the other day, right? I mean, he had a hard time the first couple of innings. And then he talked about how he's like, man, I just basically put the fastball in my pocket because it wasn't working. And I started throwing breaking balls and everything else. And he had 3 scoreless innings after that.
Yeah. So adjustments is a word that, pitchers who've been around a while, actually players who've been around a while, love to use the word adjustment. It's not an in vogue word anymore. People say there's no such thing as adjustments. I mean, some of the new thinking says that. And I think the new thinking needs to be rethought because the game is all about adjustments. And, you go from pitch to pitch, and you can say what the numbers say. But it doesn't matter. How does your finger hurt? Does your arm feel good? Does the seams feel right on the ball? All that stuff are little factors that only that goes into kind of having a good inning and a good game. And from a hitter's point of view, you gotta be a step ahead of the pitcher, and all of that is adjustments. And honestly, it's a game of adjustments.
So last question, we got Ricky Horton here, which is great to talk to Rick, and it also means that it's the boys of summer are back. Rick, when it's postseason, pre-spring training, do you and Rooney text each other all the time, or is it like I will see you in February?
No, we do text each other. Oh yeah, how's the winter go? We saw each other baseball writers dinner. There's always things that happen, the Cardinal team party, and there's things that happen where we connect. But sometimes you got to get your space a little bit. Sounds like a good marriage. Every once in a while, you got to have your good space. But so we find that as well. But when he got back to St. Louis and I got back to St. Louis last night, we talked on the phone and connected. And there's always good reason to do that. So he's such a pro. He's so good at what he does, and honestly, he makes me better. He really does.
Awesome, buddy. Great to talk to you again. We'll see you at the ballpark soon.
You bet. Sounds good, guys.
Do you know that by donating your gently used items to Goodwill, you're not only giving those items a new life, but you're helping people right here in your community enrich their lives with meaningful work? Your donations support Goodwill's mission of helping people with barriers to employment to be able to get rewarding jobs which provide not only a paycheck, but a very important sense of purpose. Your donations really do change lives. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill.
Cardinals fans, join the conversation at Busch Stadium with some of your favorite former Cardinals. With the Cardinals Conversations presented by Edward Jones, you'll hear from former Cardinals such as Ozzie Smith, Ted Simmons, Ray Langford, David Eckstein, or David Freese. Each conversation hosted by Cardinals announcers Chip Carey or Brad Thompson. Your experience also will include a ticket to the game, a pre-signed photo, and the opportunity to take your photo with the featured player. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/conversations.
The Biz Dash returns for its 10th year as St. Louis's healthiest happy hour. All levels of runners and walkers welcome. Thursday, May 22nd at Energizer Park in downtown St. Louis. Create your company team today at stlbizdash.com.
We started Neovitin because we wanted to create a multivitamin for ourselves. That's why we focus on quality ingredients and formulas with our multivitamins. Neovitin 50-plus multivitamins are formulated with over 20 vitamins and minerals, along with our 4-ingredient physician-formulated proprietary blend for the highest quality daily nutritional support. Give Neovitin 50-plus multivitamins a try for yourself. Find them at your local Schnucks, Dierbergs, and online at neovitin.com.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter. or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you can trust us to bring happiness home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This has been a test of the emergency alert system. This was only a test.
The KMOX First Pitch Breakfast presented by Budweiser is Thursday and features an unfiltered conversation with the Cardinals Hall of Famer Vince Coleman. Tables are on sale now and include a delicious breakfast buffet, bottomless mimosas, Bloody Marys, and an ice-cold Budweiser. Plus, you'll get 2 free tickets to Saturday's Cards-Twins game. Start this unofficial holiday with KMOX, Budweiser, Overhead Door Company, St. Louis Composting, Rally House, and Dirt Cheap. Get 20% off your table now by using the code KMOX. Everything you need at KMOX.com/events.
Beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at $119. Take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResSTL.com and tell them that KMOX sent you. Spell it forward, spell it backward. It's always the same. Zero Res.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Many of you know that my inspiration for becoming an accident attorney was my brother Tim, who was rendered a quadriplegic at age 18. I didn't know what a personal injury lawyer was or what they did, but I soon did. Tim was treated terribly by the insurance company, and I became enraged. It was a constant delay and deny. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Tim later worked with me for 27 years. Last year, my hero died at age 65. You can see my eulogy for him by visiting mybrothertim.com. He was one hell of a man. Because of Tim, together we built the largest injury firm in the world. And our clients are treated the way I would want my family to be treated. At Morgan & Morgan, nobody is a nobody and everybody is a somebody. If you need our help, visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer. See you soon, Tim. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on 104.1 FM KMOX. Coming up, we will have Dave Murray. We will have the Think Tank with Steve Ellman, St. Charles County Executive, and Jeff Rainford. So a lot coming up on the show. But first, stupidity.
Yeah.
Walk me through how you guys brush your teeth.
Okay. I suppose I'll go first.
All right.
Get the toothbrush.
Yes, ma'am.
Used to use a mechanical toothbrush.
It's exciting already.
Yeah.
Back to a normal toothbrush.
What happened?
I don't know. I think I picked up one of the mechanical toothbrushes that was just too bulky.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to the regular.
All right.
Because I didn't want to spring for the slim Oral-B.
Gotcha.
So get my toothbrush, wet the toothbrush.
Thank you.
Then I put on the toothpaste.
Do you wet it after that?
No.
I do.
I don't see the need.
Yeah.
In fact, lately,
Don't say
I
it.
brush my teeth.
Yeah.
Then I spit.
Yeah.
Don't rinse. I heard you're not supposed to rinse.
Supposed to leave it in there.
What? Yeah, just kind of leave it hanging around.
No.
That's what I saw a dentist say on the internet. So there's no.
We evidently have a
arguing with
dentist
that.
right here. So. Oh, he's Googling. Either that or he got another vaccine.
The American Dental Association says, well, it says those who prefer. Okay, forget that.
See how cocky he was at first?
Well, it says the first thing you see is you should rinse with a small amount of water, blah, blah, blah. Let's see here.
I want to incorporate flossing into my routine.
Yeah.
I just haven't bought floss at the store. I always forget when
You know
I'm
what
at
you can
Target
do?
or something. What's that?
Just lie to the dentist.
Yeah, I feel like the dentist knows.
I think you're right.
I don't think they go like, oh, okay, well,
No.
we just won't check your plaque then.
So I turn on the water, wet my toothbrush, put on my Smart Mouth toothpaste,
Mhm.
wet that, critical, brush my teeth, rinse with my toothbrush.
Yeah.
But I don't rinse. I don't like take a drink of water and spit it out.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
But
still
that's
fair.
mostly out of laziness.
That's still fair, though.
I didn't realize I was doing it the right way.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because there are these freaks online who like don't even wet their toothbrush.
That's kind of weird. Like you're just
Psycho.
dry brushing the paste onto your pearly whites. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't know. You just seems weird to not do that.
About a water pick. Anyone ever
I want one.
fooled with one of those?
Yeah.
I want one. My apartment, the like vanity is so
Yeah.
small. I don't really have room to store
Real estate?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I want one really bad.
I feel you.
Yeah.
There were a group of what looked like high schoolers walking across one of the parks here that we have a view of going to the Soldiers Memorial for a field trip. I love field trips.
Oh yeah.
We should get to
Right,
take
great.
field trips. We should incorporate more of like,
I think those are called remotes.
I want to take the train to see Lincoln's tomb again. Anyone want to go?
I mean, we can do field trips every weekend.
I was just telling somebody that all the Lincoln stuff up in Springfield is really fun. I like it.
Last time I was there was the most scared I've ever been in my life.
What?
And I have spent the night in the Exorcist house.
Is that because they said, because they said dead Lincoln is in the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, what?
And he's watching you.
Yes.
And he could come back to life at any moment.
Then I had a
Chase you out.
friend who I trust. He was not a liar, who grew up in Springfield, and his summer job was working there at the tomb because it's a big, expansive
Lincoln's tomb
place. Yes.
It was buried there.
And he said that the real deal is up top, you have the big tombstone, basically. That's where you walk through, which I thought Lincoln was in that and was just going to come flying out at me. I mean, I was, I don't know, 25, 26. And, but he said because Lincoln was stolen a couple times, that what they did is they put him in concrete and then they have that suspended by these metal poles, and that he and his friends used to eat lunch on top of Lincoln.
Who stole Lincoln?
Someone stole him a couple times, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. I think
What?
that is correct. I think he's been stolen once or twice.
What?
Yeah.
Google it.
How's this not like an American known fact?
Like they take the whole coffin, or what's going on?
No, they threw him over their shoulder. And
Yeah,
yeah,
I
they took
mean-
the whole thing, like Weekend at Bernie's.
Fireman's scary. They got
I
Lincoln.
love that half our show now is just silence as we wait for Wheels to Google something.
They got Lincoln with some sunglasses, and they're like,
According to this,
I would
they're-
like a McChicken.
Yeah, I don't see that that's ever happened. It says
how would they
almost.
do
It said they
that?
almost did.
Okay.
There was a plot.
There was
to
a
do it,
plot. There you
and there
go.
was a plot in the 1870s.
Yes.
Okay, makes sense. I was thinking like 1970. Somebody.
Yeah, how would you even do that? Doesn't make any sense.
He's just bones now, right?
I mean, you may not even be
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how long that lasts. I don't know how
Ashes
much
to
time.
ashes,
Yeah,
dust to dust.
I don't know how long that process takes.
I don't either.
Because you know what? When it's time, I'm not going to care.
I'm darkly fascinated by it, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Should we look? Should I Google?
Sure.
How long to?
Because he was probably embalmed.
Yeah.
They invented that, I think, during the Civil War. Oh, while he's doing that, you want to talk about Lombardo?
Yeah, I would like-
It's not that exciting of an answer.
I would like to talk about Lombardo Homes because they have some really exciting news. We've told you guys before about Anywhere Lombardo. This is their build on your lot division. You can build a beautiful Lombardo home on your own lots. Well, now they're building on your lot at Lake of the Ozarks. This means you have the opportunity to build with a trusted builder backed by long-standing vendor relationships, meaning you're going to enjoy cost savings and superior quality from start to finish when you build your home with Lombardo at Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah, that's cool. So if you buy a lot, or if you want us to find you a lot, we'd love doing that as well. Or maybe you have sort of an old school, like real lake house down there that someone would knock down and put up a big mansion, or whether you want a mansion or you just want like a really cool lake house, whatever situation you're in, just know that we are now big in the Ozarks. You can find out everything about Lombardo by going to lombardohomes.com.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers with back taxes to the IRS. Billions in tax relief is now being made available to struggling taxpayers, giving thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars in savings away to those who qualify. If you're facing wage garnishment, threatening letters, audits, liens, levies, or already in a payment plan, you can now expedite the resolution to your tax problem, end collections, and even qualify to reduce a large portion of what you owe. Stop IRS Debt has established a relief hotline for you to call to check what savings and options you qualify for. Dial 800-298-7182. With many people facing job loss and rising cost of living, these special IRS initiatives are designed to aid delinquent taxpayers with the relief that they need to get a fresh start. For a free consultation to see what savings you qualify for, call 800-298-7182. 800-298-7182. 800-298-7182.
Feel like everything's clouded by doubt? Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com. Our psychics are available to talk 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council. Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
The biggest piano sale of the year is being held at the Muni starting Thursday, April 3rd through Sunday, April 6th. Hi, this is Kathy from Lacefield Music, and every year Lacefield Music supports the Muni by loaning the Yamaha pianos needed for all their coaching, rehearsal, and performance needs. In appreciation, the Muni hosts an annual sale of all the pianos used during the season. In addition to the loan pianos, a huge selection of new and used pianos will be brought to the Muni for you to shop. New Yamaha Grands, Uprights, Clavinovas, and Disclavier player pianos, plus new and used Zyler, Kawai, Baldwin, Roland, and vintage Steinways. All will be offered at rock bottom prices. The event is at the Muni starting April 3rd. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are by appointment only. Sunday is open to the public. Call 314-860-2712 to make an appointment. That's 314-860-2712.
Mid-America's most trusted voice for news. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, it is 61 degrees, a cloudy sky downtown at the Arch.
CBS News special report. President Trump just spoke about the text chat involving his top security officials where they discussed airstrikes in Yemen.
There was no classified information, as I understand it. They used a app, if you want to call it an app, that a lot of people use, a lot of people in government use, a lot of people in the media use.
Director of National Intelligence Mike Waltz inadvertently invited a journalist from The Atlantic to that conversation.
This one in particular, I've never met, don't know, never communicated with, and we are looking into and reviewing how the heck he got into this room.
There are plenty of questions from lawmakers. Democratic Senator Mark Warner.
A remarkable display of dodging and weaving on what is one of the worst intelligence failures of recent time.
Many Democratic lawmakers are seeking transcripts of the chat. I'm Cammie McCormick.
A crackdown on drivers with long expired temp tags could be coming from the Missouri legislature. State Representative Brad Pollitt says his bill would fine individuals driving a car with temp tags expired longer than 75 days. He says the cost of these vehicles with unpaid taxes is quite high.
The Transportation Department estimates somewhere around $60 million.
The KMOX Business Desk. Consumers don't have high hopes for the economy. Business reporter Jason Brooks.
The Conference Board's March Consumer Confidence Index declined for the fourth consecutive month, with future economic expectations tumbling to a 12-year low. Short-term labor conditions rose slightly, but future income expectations vanished, according to the board. Purchasing plans over the next 6 months for homes and autos declined, although intentions to buy big-ticket items like appliances and electronics rose, suggesting that consumers want to get ahead of tariffs and price increases.
The decline in confidence was driven by those 55 and over, with confidence up slightly for consumers under the age of 35. Let's get an update of the St. Louis Business Index now with Stifel's Scott Link.
Good afternoon, Michael. The Consumer Confidence Index fell sharply in February, and forward-looking expectations dropped to the lowest level in 12 years. Despite the gloom, the market shook it off and rose today, with the Dow Jones rising 4 points to 42,587. The S&P 500 rose 9 points to 5,776. The Nasdaq was up 83 to 18,271, and the Bloomberg St. Louis Index was off 1 to 1,518. For stocks of local interest, the biggest gainers were Bayer, up 29 cents to $6.34, and Charter Communications rose $7.51 to $375.01. And the leading decliners were Energizer, off 54 cents to $29.28, and Caleres fell 32 cents to $17.28. Finally, Stifel Financial was down 30 cents to $101.88. This has been Scott Link, Senior Vice President of Investments at Stifel, member SIPC, and the New York Stock Exchange. For more information on Stifel, please visit our website at stifel.com.
There's a crash on 6440 going west at Lake St. Louis Boulevard. The left lane is blocked.
It's a pretty Tuesday afternoon with sunshine in control. A little warmer than yesterday. We should top out close to 69. Tonight, partly cloudy, falling through the 60s for evening plans. Delightful evening, 44 for the low. Wednesday, sunny and 64 degrees. Thursday, opening day, not a lot of change here. Partly to mostly sunny skies, 70. However, some showers, maybe a thunder shower developing late in the afternoon. Because it's a late game, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. It will be wet on Thursday night. So, as I've been saying, let's play that fast and get a win. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by Siding Express and SidingExpress.com. Transfer your home with the beauty and durability of James Hardie Siding at Siding Express. They specialize in James Hardie Siding installation. Visit SidingExpress.com today to schedule a free consultation. That's SidingExpress.com. 60 in St. Peter's and Florissant, 61 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on 104.1 FM KMOX. So I want to use this text string that many, if not most, of our big higher-up muckety-mucks in defense and intelligence and the CIA were on. I'm going to kind of assume you guys know the story. They've been covering it all day on television, but for those of you who have been, in a coma. So Pete Hegseth and Tulsi Gabbard, who, by the way, I think I'm smarter than, and that doesn't make me happy. It makes me scared. And Radcliffe and about 18 others were on Signal, which I'd never heard of. So is it kind of like a WhatsApp or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Supposedly
it's a
secure.
messaging.
Okay.
Supposedly secure messaging.
Okay.
Like secure from normal people.
Yes.
Right. I saw a security analyst say, like, not really secure from like foreign governments that might want to be like nosy. Yeah.
So it's better than like your iMessage.
Yes.
But it's not classified or a skiff. So I'm going to try and be fair about this. Worst case is that these numbskulls were talking to each other about a military strike on the Houthis in Yemen, and they were talking about what sort of aircraft and what sort of munitions, and it's going to be at 1:45 p.m., and they mistakenly got Jeff Goldberg on it, who's the editor-in-chief from The Atlantic. And he thought he was being punked. And so he didn't say like, hey guys, Jeff Goldberg here, what's going on? He just sat back for a couple of days and watched it happen. And then when they started getting very specific about this is where we're going to hit and when we're going to hit, and here's the sequence, that it happened exactly the way they said on the text. And he knew, oh my God, I was just in on the planning of this military attack. Why were they doing it on Signal? That's not classified. Why did they bring me into this? That's a pretty big mistake to make. And so today, Tulsi Gabbard and Radcliffe happened to be on Capitol Hill for something else, and they got grilled by the Democrats. They got a pass from the Republicans. And here's my first point. Admit it when you screw up. I think that it's best for everyone. I think it's best for you because then there's no big Sherlock Holmes thing going on. But if you saw the hearing today, which I saw most of it, or you've seen like Donald Trump statements, they are trying to say like nothing to see here, no big deal, no classified information. Dude, you if it wasn't classified, it should have been, because you planned a military strike that went down exactly the way you said it was going to, with a journalist on your text string. This is a screw up. This is a mistake. And Donald Trump even said that Waltz, the national security advisor who put Jeff Goldberg on the chat, had learned his lesson. Well, I've never learned a lesson in my life without making a mistake first. So I think they're being inconsistent. I also think it's a very bad look for an individual or a government to fail to just admit the obvious. I don't expect you to come out and talk to the country and cry and say it's the biggest, failure in intelligence or by the Department of Defense in the history of the country. I don't expect that, but I also don't expect you to gaslight me. I'm so sick of being gaslighted by all administrations, but this one seems particularly into that. Donald Trump, when he was confronted with it yesterday, just went off. I think we have the sound, but no need to play it. The Atlantic, that's just a failing, publication. We've seen that a million times. Hegseth really came out hard against Jeff Goldberg. This guy, he's a conspiracy theorist, and he's a hoaxist, and Russia. Dude, I think you're protesting a little much. You included this guy, this citizen, on your text stream about attacking the Houthis. He didn't hack it. He didn't make his way on there. And he's the only one I see with any sort of ethics and love for this country, because he could have released the whole thing. He was under no obligation. He's not an employee of the government. And especially after they said that this was not classified, well, then here you go. Let's just publish. We have the right to see any unclassified information. So I thought that he handled it the right way. I think the administration's handling it a disappointing way. But that's my first point, is just, why is it so hard to just say, yeah, that was a screw up?
They're not allowed to. They won't do it. How is that not a problem for more people?
I don't know.
I don't understand the free pass. I understand liking someone better than someone else. I don't understand giving anyone a free pass.
Yeah.
Because you can damn well bet that if that happened under the Biden administration, these same people that are saying it's no big deal would have been losing their minds. And rightfully losing their minds.
Yes.
This is a fireable offense.
Yes.
Including a civilian in military attack plans in advance of the attack. Are you kidding me? And by the way, using an app that in the past, the Pentagon has said, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't use that app for secure communications because it's not secure. It might be from like your typical, hackers or people want to. It's not necessarily secure from government level bad intentions. Russia, China, places like that. So you're already being a little bit, what would you say, reckless? I don't know. Maybe that's
negligent.
Maybe that's too strong. But you're already taking your chances.
I don't think reckless is too strong.
And then you're bringing in whose fault is it that a civilian was brought in?
And who's being blamed? The civilian,
of course. And by the way, it isn't his responsibility to protect the secrecy of those plans. ultimately that falls on the big guy, which in this case is Hegseth. You're in charge. You're the Secretary of Defense. It is your job to protect those things. I don't understand. I do understand it, because if they never say they're wrong, then they're never wrong. Because the true believers will be like, they're not wrong. See, they said they're not wrong. But there's some things that are just simple. Like what we saw with Joe Biden.
Yes.
The decline.
Yes.
The problems. It was so obvious and so
matter
simple.
What you say to me about Joe Biden, I saw with my own eyes.
How many times did those dummies that were around him be like, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's sharp as ever. Fit as a fiddle.
Most active guy in the room.
And we're all like, no, he's not. And we can see it. This is just simple irresponsibility. And if you're not willing to own up to it, then you're going to do it again. You're going to do it again. I don't get it. I don't understand how it's not like, I don't care if you're new or not. I would expect to be fired if I did that with corporate communications that weren't supposed to go out. I would expect to be fired.
Yeah.
Something that's not national security, that's not a military operation happening in a hostile area.
You know, I'm not saying there's a cover up here. There's not. There's just a denial. But they say the cover up is worse than the crime. And I feel that way about this. When I heard the story last night, I was rolling my eyes so hard. I can't believe this. What a bunch of idiots. But had they come out and said, we truly learned a lesson. We thought that this was enough encryption. We had no idea, obviously, that there was the editor of The Atlantic on there. Many mistakes were made. We've learned our lessons. We apologize. The country is safe. You can say that. There's no reason you can't say that. But when you don't, when you gaslight everyone and go off on the newspaper and go off on the editor-in-chief and say that didn't do anything wrong, nothing to see here at all, that's scary, because that tells me you're going to lie to me every time. So the next time it's something even bigger, and I need to know where I stand and where my family stands and where my country stands, I know one thing. You will lie to me to the absolute extent that you can get away with it.
Well, that's the thing. If they were to come out and say this is a mistake, they would have to admit that it's a mistake from the very beginning. We have a group text on the show. There are certain things we would not discuss on the group text. I'm just guessing here. There are certain things we'd be like, let's have a meeting. Let's talk about that in person.
Yeah.
Just in case
And
something
we're just
happens.
a dumb radio show.
That's what I'm saying. Like the fact that this was a 18-person group chat and the things they're discussing, I mean, that's, to me, I don't know much about, Homeland Security and all that, but that seems a little crazy to just be like, let's get 18 people in here and chat about it. And by the way, we're not even going to go through and make sure that those 18 people are the right people. Like from the very first decision that was made about this, it just feels so wrong. There's no defending it. So whenever you're backed into a corner like that, people have figured out that all you have to do is lie and deny and say it's not that big of a deal and say, oh, Jeffrey Goldberg, he shouldn't have had anything to do with this. That guy's a hack. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Because most people, if that's what they want to hear, they're going to be like, oh, okay, it's the Russia hoax guy. Okay, well, then I don't need to learn anymore. It's the Russia hoax guy. Moving on with my day. Kurt on the stream said, unfortunately, there's no reason to admit wrong. They'll deny and the public will accept it. And unfortunately, that's the truth. People just want to hear what they want to hear.
Half the country will accept any lie they tell, and the other half have Trump derangement syndrome.
Right. And the Trump derangement syndrome thing is really tough because it's hard to be like, no, I'm not deranged. When someone calls
Right.
you deranged,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
then as soon as you start defending yourself, you seem deranged.
And
It's the classic. Anytime you tell somebody like you're just upset about this, and then it's impossible to react to it
Just
without
to
just
put
looking
my
like
money
you're
where
upset.
my mouth is, as a reasonable, fair-minded, down-the-middle, intelligent person, I don't want to see anyone impeached. I don't even want to see Waltz be fired. I think with the evidence against it from this little shenanigan, he seems like a solid, smart guy. I don't need to replace him. I don't even need you to admit it. Just don't lie.
I think not admitting it is lying because you're covering it. You're pretending it didn't happen, which is a form of lying.
But how dare you? How dare you? All of you, including Trump, how dare you gaslight the American people? I know there are things you can't tell us for national security purposes. I get that. But nowhere in the Constitution does it say it's okay to lie to us, to make us feel stupid. When we see, and again, same way with Joe Biden. You know, it's not just a Republican thing. When we watched him melt down on that debate, and then they came back and said, including Kamala, oh, he's the sharpest knife in the drawer. How dare you?
Well, let's personalize this. Let's say we're all on a group text, and one of us adds a person that nobody else knows is there, and they're now seeing everything that everybody says to each other. The jokes that they may not be in on, the things that they don't get that could be misinterpreted or could be taken as something that not, and that stuff gets out and gets public, and it puts one of us in a bind. How are we feeling about the person that added that person to our chat?
Yeah, not great.
Is that person going to be in your friend group anymore? Are you going to trust them anymore?
Not like I did before.
So why is it on a human personal level? We totally get it. And on a business level, if you're in a corporation or you're in a law firm or you work at a mom and pop or whatever, and you got proprietary information that's being passed around, and someone brings in an outsider who has no responsibility to your company whatsoever, they could easily just send it all to anybody they want to. Whose fault is that? And we get it on that level, but as soon as it becomes politics, we can't see the
past it.
You just can't see like the reality of it.
You're so right, Kev. If this were corporate, everyone at some point has hit reply all by mistake.
Yeah.
Everyone has texted, I text you thinking I'm texting Rach, and I'm complaining about you to you. We've all done some version
stuff like
of
that
this.
for sure. Yeah.
And because we've all done it, we all understand it. You know?
Yeah. I don't.
But to Rach's point, the director of national intelligence is on this chat. The director of the CIA is on this chat. As I understand it, there's little bubbles with your initials. Who the F is JG? Shouldn't someone have gone through and said, I don't know who JG is?
Well, if he didn't text, would he even pop up?
It would still show 18 people in the chat.
Right,
You should be able
right.
to tap on that and
see
it's
who-
just
see
like
who they are, yeah.
Check your work. You
Yeah.
know, like
This is
No,
why
he said that he could see his JG on this.
This is why, right? But if he didn't, they wouldn't unless they clicked on that group
Yeah.
to look at it. They
What's
wouldn't
what I'm
notice it.
saying. I would do that. We keep saying this.
Yeah.
I would do that. We have the Dave Glover Show chat. Then we have one that includes Skip. And every now and then I'll hit that one. We've all done that.
Right, right.
But when I catch myself doing it, now that I've learned my lesson, it's not like we're dog cussing Skip. It's just like mundane things he doesn't need to know about the show.
Yeah.
That I now look to make sure. If I can do that, surely the director of the CIA can do that.
Yeah. And why use this app in the first place? Why, if you're talking
Yeah.
about these sort of things,
Yeah,
I get that
bearing
you
the
want to
lead.
congratulate each other. I get that you want to follow along, but it just feels crazy that it was on the Signal app in the first
In-
place.
in
There's
fact-
got to be a more secure form of communication.
I don't know if you
figure
saw
out.
this, but Hegseth at one point on this chat says, hey, by the way, we have OPSEC, operational security, right now on Signal with Jeff Goldberg watching. So he's telling them we're in safe harbor when there's a citizen on this chat because of their own negligence. How embarrassing is that? But nothing in comparison to how humiliating it was when Hegseth got off that flight. Do you have that one, Andrew?
Yeah, I've got the Hegseth one.
Can you play that one?
Here.
Why were those details shared on Signal, and how did you learn that a journalist was privy to the targets, the types of weapons used?
I've heard I was characterized. Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that. Thank you. Appreciate it.
So that's not the one I was looking for. The one where he was going off on him for being a hack and a hoaxer. But anyway, okay, Pete, I'm not a part of the Department of Defense. I've never served a day in my life, but I do know from Goldberg that you talked about who you're going to hit, what aircraft you're going to use, what munitions you're going to use, what time you're going to hit them. You talked about human targets on the ground that were going to be hit by human assets. I'm no expert, but that sounds like war planning to me, especially when it happened a couple days later. I don't know. I'm just all bent out of shape for the gaslighting.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I wouldn't even have talked about this today. I wouldn't even have brought it up on the show had they just said, mistake was made. We're going to make sure that never happens again.
We're changing processes.
We're changing
or whatever.
processes.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Anyhow, if you guys are like me and you like to be kind of a face in the crowd, especially when you're talking about something as sensitive and personal as finances, I encourage you to call 314-350-8110. Let them know that you and your spouse, you and another couple are going to be at the next Retirement Planning 101 seminar. It's a 3-hour seminar put on by a fiduciary from Financial and Tax Architects. It has decades of planning experience. They're over the 3-hour course going to take you through every single thing you have questions about. Some things you didn't even know that you needed to have questions about. You will have questions. You will have answers. If you want to get together with us later after the event, you can, but no one is going to shut the doors and give you a hard sell like a timeshare back in the 70s. 314-350-8110 to make your reservation. 350-8110.
Ever feel like there aren't enough hours in the day? If you get busy or miss your favorite show, don't worry. With Rewind, available exclusively on the free Odyssey app, you can stream your favorite shows on demand. You know your day is better with us. Get the news that matters to you from the local voices you trust. No matter what you're up to, give it a try. To get started, download the free Odyssey app and search for your station. That's AUDACY.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we provide no-cost digital resources in place of textbooks and most courses. And that's not all. You'll receive your accredited online education at an affordable tuition with a choice for more than 135 degree and certificate programs. With online and hybrid courses, get everything you need to succeed again. Learn more at umgc.edu, certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Are you a small business owner who needs immediate cash flow? At Swish Funding, we have flexible funding options from $25,000 to $2 million. For the best rates and terms for your business, just one application to Swish Funding gives you access to our entire network of funders, with cash in your account in as little as 24 hours. To qualify, you must be in business for at least 1 year with monthly revenue of $50,000. Apply at swishradio.com and use code RADIO. Swishradio.com, code RADIO.
Farming's hard. To feed the world, farmers have to work the land, brave the elements, and fight the battle against weeds. Weeds reduce crop yields, so prices go up and everybody gets less to eat. But 50 years ago, farmers got a new tool to fight weeds, glyphosate. It kills weeds while protecting the harvest. Time and again, it has been approved by the EPA and by leading regulatory bodies around the world. It helps enable practices that reduce erosion and keep soil healthy, which is good for the earth. Farming's hard, but it's a little easier with glyphosate. Learn more at go.bayer.com/glyphosate, paid for by Bayer.
St. Louis, the wait is over. Your Battlehawks return home on Sunday, April 6th. Get your tickets now at UFLBattlehawks.com and go full battle rattle. The St. Louis Battlehawks home opener, Sunday, April 6th. All tickets available at UFLBattlehawks.com.
It's Tom Ackerman for Ophthalmology Associates, the doctor's doctors, 314-966-5000 or online at yourEyeDoc.com.
104.1 FM KMOX, the voice of St. Louis. Stronger than ever.
Welcome back, DGS on 104.1 FM KMOX 326. Wheels, you had something about new options at Busch Stadium.
Did you see this? Yeah. So obviously one of the things they're doing at the ballpark this year is freshening some things up. Game presentation will probably be somewhat noticeably different I think they're going to change up kind of the sound, some of the sights, but they also changed up some of the food options at Busch Stadium. So there's some local ones now, kind of like what they did at City Park. So you have some more of that. So things like crumble cookies are going to be there at the ballpark. But one of our favorites, mayo ketchup,
Oh, awesome.
is going to be at the ballpark, which is
Very cool.
phenomenal. You guys ever hear of an international walk?
No.
I think so.
Well, it's going to have Asian food, and it's going to be a pretty big deal apparently there. And then you got a
Nice.
place with specialty hot dogs. But like, how much does that stuff draw you guys? Because that's, to me, like, this is why I wanted to get into it, because I love that idea.
Yeah.
Ballparks all over the country are doing it. City Park did a great job with the food presentation and all of that.
Yeah.
How much of that is a draw to you to maybe go out to the ballpark more than 1 or 2 times?
0.
I agree.
0.
Yeah.
Ooh, see, it's different for me, but I'm a
Really?
much more casual fan than either of you too. So it's like,
So having those options might make you go, maybe
Yeah.
that's not a bad
it's like,
afternoon.
You know what, this game
Yeah.
sounds fun, and I get to have mayo ketchup while I watch
I
it.
think I think they're doing exactly the right thing.
Yes.
I think that you need to have as many food stands as you possibly can. I think it's great. Dave personally doesn't eat Asian food at the ballpark. I'm a dog and a beer guy, maybe some nachos. I love mayo ketchup, but I'm probably going to be eating it at Mayo Ketchup, not at Busch Stadium. But that's just me.
Yeah. See, but that's something like for us, Dave. And I think it's definitely more of I think it's more of targeting Andrew and Rachel's age and targeting people that are there more for the social experience. One of the things they're changing at the ballpark, I don't know for sure that it's by opening day, but I know this is kind of in the vision, is more gathering spaces in the
Yeah.
ballpark where people are not just
Yeah.
going to be in their seats.
Yeah.
But you're going to be out like you are in the Budweiser Terrace, or
Yep.
they're going to have more of those in different places.
Smart.
Where people can go out there and treat it like a social event. And I think that it makes sense to provide the game to every group of people the way they want to experience
Amen.
the game, right?
It's almost time for baseball's return to St. Louis. Get ready to watch your Cardinals take the field at Busch Stadium. From home runs and fireworks to historic plays and rising stars, there's no better way to catch Cardinals baseball than with thousands of friends, old and new, in the sea of red. Grab your tickets now to join the fun in Cardinals Nation. Visit Cardinals.com for tickets and info. St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Game tickets? Check.
A round of cold beers? Check.
Ballpark hot dogs? Check.
Baseball is back, and nothing beats a night out with the guys.
Or ladies.
At a Cardinals game.
From thrilling games and mouthwatering eats to the iconic ballpark energy, Busch Stadium is the ultimate spot for you and your crew to dive into America's favorite pastime.
Make your next night out the best one yet. Join us at Busch Stadium, where every hour is happy.
For tickets, visit Cardinals.com.
St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
So do yourself a gigantic favor if you are even considering divorce, especially for those of you who are going through the analysis paralysis part, where you're just not sure, you're not happy, but you're this and you're that. And like I always say when I do my lives for Susan, talk to whoever you want. Talk to your best friend, your sibling, your pastor, your priest, your counselor, your therapist, and they're all going to give you advice. Some good, some bad. But before you make a final decision, you should really talk to Susan L. Ward or an equally really good divorce attorney. And there may be two that I would consider as good as Susan. And with Susan, all you do is you call, you let them know you're from the show. They'll make you an appointment, typically over the phone because she's very busy, going from court to court, and write down your top 5 or 10 questions. They can be about money. They can be about kids. They can be about anything. And she will give you direct answers. Like you say, look, I live in St. Charles County. That's going to help her. I live in Union. I live, wherever. And she'll be able to tell you with a great degree of accuracy what it's likely to look like, and that'll help you to make your decision. 314-783-9400, stlfamilylaw.com.
It's time now for Dave Murray's weather, but make sure to stay tuned to the DGS right after this for Dave's full forecast.
Certainly looking and feeling like spring this afternoon. 69 for the high, all about sunshine. Tonight, partly cloudy, a drop through the 60s slowly for evening plans. 44 for the low. Wednesday, sunny and 64. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny skies, 70. However, some showers and maybe a thunder shower moving in late in the day. So it's a watcher for opening day, especially with the late afternoon start. It will be wet on Thursday night. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooring.com Traffic Center.
Well, this traffic report is a service of McKelvey Homes. We got some trouble downtown, both directions. The first thing is a stalled tractor trailer in the right lane. It's westbound 44 between the Poplar and 55. Westbound 44 is jammed back onto 70 through Tucker. It's impacting westbound 64, which is jammed at 3rd Street on the Illinois side coming across, and eastbound 64 from about the Poplar Street Bridge all the way to 5570 past 203 bumper to bumper. We had a crash there. We also had a crash on 203 at 5570. So really tough traffic in that area. And eastbound 70 is even slow coming through Packers Avenue. Southbound 55, Gasconade to Bates is a little busy. Down in Jeffco, some heavier traffic around McNutt, not that big of a deal. Westbound 64 Kings Highway through McCausland. It's slow from McKnight all the way to Ballast, Clarkson to Topgolf. It's jammed approaching Winghaven. We had a crash just west of Lake St. Louis Boulevard, and I think it was the right lane causing the problems there. South 270, Page down through Clayton Road's busy. Southbound 170 is a little slow right around Brentwood Boulevard. Westbound 70, just some slow stuff. Primarily 94 to Zumbell through Highway K and also back at the city limits. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by McKelvey Homes.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan at McKelvey Homes. Have you always wished for a brand new home in an established neighborhood? Select one of our move-in ready custom homes throughout St. Louis, or we will build on your lot. Visit McKelveyHomes.com and move up to McKelvey.
Got something to say to Chris and Amy?
Hey, good morning. I just wanted to thank you guys for your program every day.
You can always leave a message.
I enjoy both your commentaries and your opinions so much. Keep it up, please, because people need to know the truth, that's for sure.
To leave your message for Chris and Amy, just use the Odyssey app and click the microphone and say what you've got to say.
And also, I enjoy your time with the Dave Glover Show as well.
The Chris and Amy Show, always here for you. Weekday mornings beginning at 10 on KMOX.
Beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get 3 rooms Zero Resified starting at $119. Take $75 off your air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResSTL.com and tell them that KMOX sent you. Spell it forward, spell it backward. It's always the same, Zero Res.
When you've been hurt in an accident, you need a law firm that wins. Onder wins. For over 100 years, Onder Law has been winning for St. Louis. With over $5 billion in negotiated settlements and over $300 million in verdicts, Onder wins. Voted best law firm by STL Today 2 years in a row, Onder wins. Whether it's settlements, verdicts, or awards, Onder wins. If you've been hurt in a car accident, trucking accident, or hurt on the job, Onder Law will get you the money you deserve. At Onder Law, winning is what we do. So when the stakes are high, Onder wins. Call us today for a free consultation. We don't get paid unless we win for you. Dial 314 or 6189-million. That's 314 or 6189, then all zeros. Or visit us online at onderwins.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
99 years. That's how long Overhead Door Company of St. Louis has been repairing and replacing garage doors for savvy homeowners. Since 1926, they are the only authorized dealer of overhead door brand products in the city. Always look for the iconic red ribbon to be sure you're dealing with the genuine, the original Overhead Door Company of St. Louis. For same-day garage door repair 24/7, call Overhead Door Company of St. Louis or schedule online overheaddoorsstlouis.com. That's overheaddoorsstlouis.com.
There's nothing like opening day here in St. Louis.
Thursday, the Cards, the Twins.
Opening day is like a holiday.
Cameron Total Access 135.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS and 104.1 FM KMOX. We have the think tank coming up at 4 p.m. We'll revisit, of course, the chat leak and all that kind of stuff and do some local stuff with Steve Ellman and Jeff Rainford. Dave Murray joins us. Hello, Dave.
Hello there. Is it me or is it weird that we're playing the Twins for opening day?
Yeah. I'm not used to playing every team. I'm still stuck in just playing your division pretty much. So
Yeah. I'm an old too.
yeah,
I'm an old.
I like it. I mean, like it's cool, see
Yeah,
the Twins
yeah.
and the Yankees come in. It's fun.
Yeah, and they
Just
not
brings
only
back awful memories of
Yeah.
the World Series.
not only do they do
Yeah.
that, but now the schedule is balanced, so you don't even play your division more than you play other people. Like you'll play them more than you'll play the other league.
Yeah.
But like you won't get to face the Pirates 19 or 20 times like you used to. It's down to like 14 or 15. So
what is the point of divisions then?
Well, I mean, it just gives you something to win compared to teams that are geographically similar. It's mostly about generating rivalries, to be honest with you. I mean, that's basically what it's about. But because of the wild cards being expanded, they don't want teams in weaker divisions to have big advantages over teams that are in stronger divisions. So now it's going to be basically you're all playing the same schedule.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay.
How are we looking for opening day, Dave?
Okay. Not great, but okay. Let's just lead up to that. Tomorrow's gorgeous.
Nice.
Move the game to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sunny skies 66. Opening day is partly sunny, kind of a changeable sky, but partly sunny. It's breezy, but there will be scattered showers and a couple of non-severe thunderstorms around. It's not raining all the time. There's a warm front kind of edging up and over us. It, because the game is a little later than kind of a normal afternoon game, that's a bit of a concern, needs to be watched. I think we'll get the game in, but I also think there could be some delays here and there. That always is a question with opening day, how they handle that, especially with an open day on Friday. 72 on Thursday. Friday, partly sunny. It's a little breezy. It's warm, 80 degrees on Friday, and then back to more unsettled weather Saturday and Sunday with scattered showers and thunderstorms. Been a lot of hype over the last couple of days about Armageddon coming over the weekend. You know me, I'm not going down that road yet. So the scenario is nothing like we had on that Friday. It's just something we need to watch. It's Tuesday afternoon. Come on, folks, get a grip.
Take it easy. There you go. Headlines, Rach?
Yeah, Headlines is brought to you by Schnucks. Reward yourself daily with the Schnucks Rewards app. We have another crazy story about a flight. This one's United Airlines. A flight from LAX bound for China had to turn around after the pilot forgot their passports.
That's really weird. It's really weird.
How frustrating would this be? The flight had 257 passengers and 13 crew members. They departed from Los Angeles, but were diverted to San Francisco. The pilot's passport oversight necessitated the return to California, where they got a new crew assigned to take the passengers to China. The delayed flight eventually departed 6 hours behind schedule on Saturday morning.
What, like, I'm not on the plane, but my anger is flashing. Like, what should be the penalty? Not like for real, just like in your brain, what should be the penalty for the pilot?
The pilot should have to shake hands with everyone on the flight, and everyone should be allowed to tell him he's a real jerk today.
Okay.
I think the company
free-
should cover
free
his
tickets
ass.
for
Yeah,
everybody.
you need to pay everybody's flight needs to be free.
Yeah.
You should be able to nominate one passenger on behalf of everyone. Just one firm smack
On his bare butt?
on his bare butt.
I'm not quite
yeah.
sure how that even happens. You would think that would be on a checklist way
Yeah.
before
Exactly.
they're in the cockpit.
I would be like bargaining because I would be like, can't you just let them? They're pilots. Like they're not even getting off the plane. Can't you just let them?
Have you not seen
Come in.
any action movies where people fake those things and they cause a problem? You gotta cover that.
I didn't think about if they were international assassins.
Right.
That's
See, that's what I'm saying.
They also not to nitpick, I'm pretty sure they would get off the plane at some point. I don't think they
Yeah,
just
me
turn
too,
right
'cause it's
around
a
and come
long
on
flight.
home.
Make them stay on the plane.
Yeah, I like
they've
that.
got everything they need. They've got a bathroom. They've got chairs. They're fine.
Got bad
Great
food,
Everything
Yeah,
they
they've got little tinfoil with
some
fish
crackers, probably pretzels.
in it, peanuts,
By the way, are knits what I think they are?
I have no idea.
lice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that is the
everybody
the
do it.
Is that where
official term.
picking knits comes from?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe it is. I believe that's a reference
What?
to lice.
So I don't know why it would have been like, hey, I don't mean to nitpick. No, please. If you have nits, pick them.
I insist you do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to do that actually before we get on this plane.
23andMe genetic testing company has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, and they're courting bidders for their company. That means the DNA of millions of users is up for sale. I know out in California, they're telling people, hey, you need to go on there and delete your account, get rid of your data there, but that's just a law they have in California. I don't think it's true in every state.
Yeah.
And if you delete your data, they still have your DNA.
It's still there,
Your
isn't it?
DNA.
You don't think they dispose of that after a certain point?
I don't believe they have to. I don't know if they do or not, but I do not believe they are required to dispose of your DNA. That's always kind of been one
Maybe
of
I
the...
don't get it, or maybe I just don't plan on committing any crimes, but I don't care. Like 23andMe has it, Ancestry has it. Like,
Here you go. It says they will retain your genetic information, date of birth, and all that is required for compliance with applicable legal obligations, even if you choose to delete your account.
I think the deal is that, health organizations and insurance companies would love to have that information.
Yeah, because it often shows like what you're predisposed to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I know someone told me, I didn't go through this myself, but someone had said like they had applied for insurance, and you'll see some ads that say no need for a physical exam. It's because they have all of your medications. Like they just have that.
Yeah.
So they can just tell like, oh, like for me, I'm on a crazy drug and I'm on a couple of statins. Like they can look at that and go like, I don't know, this guy seems crazy and he's got high cholesterol.
This guy's on 3 different kinds of Hansen pills.
And all he clearly needs is 2.
Man.
Still not working.
He's a high achiever.
A plant-based diet could help you age in a healthy way. Researchers define healthy aging as making it to age 70 without major chronic disease. And diets high in fruits, veggies, and whole grains are linked to a higher likelihood of healthy aging.
Okay. I know that eating fast food every day is not healthy. I know that the Mediterranean diet is very healthy. But in between, I really feel like they really don't know. Like when coffee will kill you, red wine will make you live forever. This, and this. I don't know. My mom lived to be 97. Like just eating normal. I think so much is genetics. I think you can screw yourself and you can be overweight and diabetes. But if you are pretty normal, I don't know that I'm going to sweat things like that.
And just random chance too. I mean, it wasn't whenever they talked to the 125-year-old woman or whatever, and she's like 6 packs of cigarettes and a Dr. Pepper every day. It's like, that's not what kept you alive. Like it's pure coincidence that you managed. Pure luck that you managed to be healthy until this point and somebody else didn't.
Pope Francis has returned to the Vatican after 5 weeks in the hospital. His doctors have said it will still take a lot of time for his body to heal fully. They've prescribed a further 2 months of rest at the Vatican and told him to avoid large or stressful meetings.
Surprising. Did you see that they came out? He had to say it was okay because it's his health information. But they said that there were a couple moments where they were really debating whether to take him off life support and just let him pass away.
Yeah, it was apparently, pretty bad.
Hyundai is going to build a $5.8 billion steel plant in Louisiana. They announced this on Monday. And apparently this move was sparked by President Trump's threat of tariffs. That's what they're saying.
Hope it works.
Yeah, I mean, the plant is expected to bring 1,300 new jobs to the U.S. and serve as the foundation for a more self-reliant and secure automotive supply chain in the U.S. Love to see it. We'll do one more story here. Japan has awarded their longest-serving death row inmate $1.4 million. Owayo Hakamada is 18 years old, and he spent 44 years on death row for a murder conviction that was later overturned.
Wow.
The court ordered the government to pay him 217 million yen for the wrongful conviction. He maintained his innocence that whole time. He consistently maintained his innocence and said he was coerced into confessing by police.
Chris Ranji's biggest fear.
It's one of my big
Going to
fears,
prison
too,
for something he didn't do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are way too many cases of that as well, of police like coercing people into confessing just because in a lot of cases they just kind of want to be able to close the case and move on.
Yeah, I've never understood it personally. Like if I was accused of killing one of you and I didn't do it, I don't think you could make me confess, but it happens enough that I think I just don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
All righty.
Traffic from the michaelsflooring.com Traffic Center.
Well, this traffic report is a service of Metro Transit. We still have our stalled tractor trailer downtown, westbound 44, midway between the Poplar and 55. Right lane closed. Traffic's jammed back to the Mutual Veterans Bridge on westbound 44. It's impacting westbound 64. You're jammed from the 70 split onto the bridge. There was actually a crash on the Poplar as well, so it's just double trouble. And eastbound is heavy on the bridge, all the way over onto 5570 past 203. That's where we had a crash in the, I think it was in the left lane. Eastbound 70 east of the Mutual Veterans Bridge over to 64. That's jammed. Westbound McKinley Bridge is backed up to the Illinois side. So a lot of traffic downtown. Southbound 55, Gasconade debates on the brakes. Z down through Highway A. There's a couple of slow stretches. Westbound 64, Kings Highway through McCausland's backed up. Clayton Worcester, the ballast slow. Clarkson to Topgolf. There are delays now west of K, all the way to that crash past Lake St. Louis Boulevard. That's getting worse. Westbound 70, Kings Highway through Jennings Station, past the airport to Cypress, Earth City to the Blanchette, 94 to 370, TR Hughes through K. That's all busy. Southbound 270, Page down through 64. Both directions of us, 270 around Manchester and Clayton are kind of heavy as well. I'm Roger Brand at the michaelsflooringoutlet.com Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Metro Transit.
We are Metro Transit. We don't just help ourselves and our neighbors get where we need to be. We help our whole region get where we want to be. Get on board at rideonmetro.org.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. We can reawaken any space to make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
KMOX Kids and Eggs, presented by Budweiser, is back at Cardinals Nation Restaurant in Ballpark Village, Thursday, March 27th from 11 till 2. It'll feature a live KMOX broadcast, a brunch buffet, draft beer from Anheuser-Busch products, and select mixed drinks. All-inclusive single tickets and tables on sale now. Celebrate this unofficial holiday with KMOX, Budweiser, Overhead Door Company, St. Louis Composting, Rally House, and Dirt Cheap. Get your tickets now at KMOX.com/events.
Hi, Mia here at the winnings desk of the Missouri Lottery. With 56 million winning tickets last year, anyone can win big. So set your destination to winning, like gas stations, grocery stores, or anywhere you can buy a ticket. The Missouri Lottery. Winners welcome and play responsibly.
You know, my friends at Schnucks have lowered the prices on over 2,300 items across the store. Those are just some of the everyday savings you can count on when you shop at Schnucks. This is amazing. You know, with 2,300 items having their prices lowered, odds are that some of your favorite groceries have had their prices lowered too. So next time you're in store, make sure you check out the price tag. See if the price is a little lower than it was last time you came in. I love that about Schnucks. I also love using the Schnucks Rewards app because that saves you even more money. You earn 2% cash back on every single purchase. There's also tons of digital offers and coupons that you can take advantage of, even personalized savings based on what you typically buy at Schnucks. You can also use the app to check out the weekly ad, to do curbside pickup and delivery, and so much more. And the best part is it's free and easy to set up. So go to your app store now and do a search for the Schnucks Rewards app. I promise it'll take less than 5 minutes for you to get set up. And the next time you go grocery shopping, it's going to be an even better experience.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TRAVEL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TRAVEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TRAVEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 351. There's a new conspiracy theory out there.
Oh?
Katy Perry.
I saw it.
Wait, what?
Katy Perry is actually JonBenet Ramsey. They hid her away. They faked her own death and created an international pop star.
Why?
I guess because they look alike.
Well, but one's like a little kid.
Rach, you got anything?
Well, JonBenet Ramsey is just like that was all happening when I was that age, when I was like 5 years old.
Yeah.
That's one of the first things I remember seeing on TV was the JonBenet Ramsey case. Katy Perry is a little older than that. I think she's 40 or close to 40. So right away, it's like,
doesn't add up.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Well,
It's a very
is she
silly
really that
conspiracy.
age?
Right. Maybe
Rachel?
she. But very rarely do women in show business lie and say they're older than they actually are.
Well, but if you're, oh my God, when you search this on Google, the first thing that comes up is a picture. Search Katy Perry. The first thing that comes up is JonBenet Ramsey's picture.
Told you.
Same here.
What the hell?
Googled JonBenet Ramsey and it's like Katy Perry acknowledged the conspiracy theory that she's JonBenet Ramsey. Just silly.
A man showed up at the emergency room with his girlfriend's hand stuck in his mouth. They were trying to go viral to see if her hand would fit in his mouth, and it did, but then his jaw locked up.
That's gross.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know he was slobbering all over the place.
Just don't.
Oh, yeah.
That's just nasty. The drive there must have been so awkward.
Mm. This is what Trish accuses me of all the time. Boomer asking. When you ask a question just to talk about yourself. That was so humiliating. We were talking one time, and what did I say? I'm like,
childhood toys.
Yes. Hey, what were your 3 most treasured childhood possessions? And you can hear her doing this. She goes, "Oh God, you're only asking me this so you can tell me yours. So just tell me yours and let's just cut to the chase." I was like, "Fiddly D, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't even think of mine."
I was just testing out material for the show.
A common example is when you did something amazing over the weekend, you might show up on Monday and ask a coworker, "Do anything fun on Saturday?" Well, listen to this.
Sometimes it's hard to shift out of show mode, though, when you're talking to other people.
Oh, dude. Do you have that?
Yes, I do. And like I'll be like, "Hey, Kurt, who do you think is the most attractive woman on this television show we're watching right now?" And he'll be like, "What do you mean attractive? Like, we taking it into personal?" I'm like, "No, dude, just say it." Or like,
We're doing a show here, Kurt.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, though.
What's
I'm not
your
gonna lie.
favorite type of candy bar? And he's like, "Well, what do you mean? What are we defining candy bar as?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
I'll speak for the guys.
You're being
such a wheeler. A lot of guys feel like they're being trapped by those questions.
Candy bar questions.
No, like
Yeah,
anything
no,
about related how women look. Because
will-
then they're
I will
like,
say-
I don't know what the right answer is.
I will say if my wife was like, "Who's the hottest girl on this TV show?" I know the answer is you, Megan.
You're like that
Of course.
Nancy
You gotta
chick
say
with
it
the
just
big
like
boobs.
that. Yeah.
See, I'm just curious. I'm like, I just want to see where your tastes are. Like, we're doing a thought experiment here.
Guys
but
don't believe you, Rach.
He always turns it into like, there's so many qualifying questions that I just feel like, you know what? Never mind. It's not fun anymore.
He's trying to avoid being in trouble.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you're trying to do that. I'm just saying that's how guys see it.
I've realized I'm always low key doing a show.
Yeah.
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 I'm always yelling. What do you know?
Tell you guys about my good friend, Dr. Kathy Maupin at BioBalance Health. Super bottom line. You got a body, you got a face. On the pellet side, BioBalance Health, we take care of the body. So if you are not feeling the way that you want to be feeling, whether you're 38 or 68, whether you're female or male, go take a blood test. We'll set the whole thing up for you. You may be surprised the way I was, the way Wheeler was, that your testosterone, may be low, and then you can get the pellets. On the skin side, it's all about your face. So we have Botox, we have chemical peels, we have microneedling, we have fillers, we have the M-Sculpt. That's that little machine that tightens up your jawline. We have so many arrows to shoot at it. So if you want to feel younger and you want to look younger, but in a real way, not a snake oil kind of way, it's Dr. Kathy Maupin at BioBalanceHealth.com.
St. Louis Composting presents The Sounds of Spring.
Swing it along, and there it is, baby. The Cardinals take the lead as Albert Pujols comes through in the pit.
Obviously, the fans are the best fans in baseball. I got caught up so much into, the fans and the celebration, and everything that's going on with the Hall of Fame.
It wouldn't be opening day without a special tradition unlike any other. Please welcome the majestic hometown Budweiser Clydesdale.
Might leave the park. He did it. A grand slam, and it's 4-0.
And the pitch on the way.
There she goes. Way back. It might be. It could be. It is a home run.
Enjoy your outdoor space this spring with vegetable gardens and fresh landscaping. With St. Louis Composting, order online for delivery or pick up premium soil, compost, and mulch at any of our 9 locations. St. Louis Composting, growing gardens, making memories.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our US-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you, and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for autopay and e-billing.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, just $189.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Tom Ackerman here. Busey Bank and Building Community takes us across the river to Madison County to recognize Refuge for Kids for the support they offer children and caregivers who've experienced trauma through abuse, neglect, and violence. By providing counseling, support, and education